mind this year. Every election the same faces appear. They're all waving on the side of the road, but saying hi ain't gonna get my vote. Inexperience to the left of me, has-beens to the right. A day I got the election year blues. Well, I would vote for Calvo and Pinko, but at the rally there's no Budweiser, yo. And the guitarist wants another 4 years. If Jerry wins, my doggins out of here. Rich boys to the left of me, Carl's wife to the right. A day, it's the election year blues. Well, they say they love our island and they'll do the very best they can.
I love Nick Guam.
And they're always smiling at you and they're shaking your own hand, saying, please vote for me. Now Underwood, he wants to live here, so he's running with the guy with big ears. Then there's Camacho and Cicaleo. When they were senators, what they did, I don't know. I know who I want to lose, but I don't know who to choose. A day, it's the election year blues. Well, they say they love our island and they'll do the very best they can.
I'm asking for your vote so I can be champion.
And they're always smiling at you and they're shaking your own hand, saying,
I will show you there is hope. We will build faith and trust. Because to rebuild Guam, you must believe in Guam. Thank you and vote for me. Why? Because, Nye. You mean to tell me that you think this guy is funny?
The Link, here on Breeze 93.9 FM.
I've been told about living like a star. Hotel rich champagne and caviar. But no one ever showed me the reverse. And that really hurts. Babe, that really hurts. You try to sell your body and your soul. It's the price you pay for rock and roll. And no one understands how you feel. For it's so unreal. Oh, it's so unreal. Baby, don't you cry for me. It's an illusion, just an illusion. Thought I knew what the life would be. It's an illusion, just an illusion. Critics crucify your latest show. Another drink and then you lose control. Then on stage I feel the fire burn. There is no return. I'm always on the run. I give it to you, babe, with all my heart. For it's not too late. Oh, it's not too late. Baby, don't you cry for me. It's an illusion, just an illusion. Thought I knew what the life should be. It's an illusion, just an illusion.
KUAM Digital presents a series highlighting the wide array of talents on our island. Whether they're a standout gamer, extreme athlete, performer, or have a unique skill to show off, we're showcasing them every month on Wow Factor. Brought to you by Mountain Dew. Do the do.
The Link, here on Breeze 93.9 FM.
Turn your lights down low. Never ever try to resist, oh no. Come let my love come tumbling in. Now into our lives again.
Saying, ooh, it's been a long, long time. I got this message for you, girl, yeah. But it seems I was never on time. Still I wanna get through to you, girl. On time, on time. I wanna give you some love. I wanna give you some good, good loving. Oh, yeah, I wanna give you some good, good loving. Turn your lights down low. Never ever try to resist, oh no. Oh, let your love come shining into our lives again. Ooh, I love you, I love you, I love you. And I want you to know right now that ooh, I love you. And I want you I wanna give you some love. Oh, I wanna give you some good, good loving. Oh, I, oh, I, oh, I wanna give you some good, good loving.
Now that's frisco. And now the new hits music from Prims. This is why I'm taught.
This is why I'm taught. This is why I'm taught. This is why I'm taught. This is why I'm taught. This is why I'm taught. This is why I'm taught. I'm taught cause I'm taught. You're not cause you're not taught. This is why I'm taught. I'm taught cause I'm taught. You're not cause you're not taught. This is why I'm taught. This is why I'm taught. I can't afford a Scots. Wear a Presidori so my feet don't touch the mots. To the Beatle knots, full blast of JD Crotch. Chilton's is the only book I'm not afraid to toss. Warba hockey to the core, I owe the child support. Your honor can't afford, but my birds is all import. 5 kids with the wife, 5 kids with the ex, 5 kids with the ex. Hey girl, how good next? And if we move, better let me deck you. Cause if I lose, I'm coming back with Primo Sunset Loose. Cause it's an OOG thing on me. I a desi party with money.
Hey boy, Jesus rocks. Jesus rocks.
This is why I'm taught. 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 I'm taught cause I'm taught. You're not cause you're not taught. This is why I'm taught. I'm taught cause I'm taught. You're not cause you're not taught. This is why I'm taught. This is why I'm taught.
Pull out with my draw.
I don't know how to loan more, but I can bush cut.
Get my Quest card.
I fill my shopping cart.
And I never pay back money that I borrowed.
Never burn the spam.
Or Teresa's pop.
And I'm not Tata, I eat anything but dog.
Rack on the forces.
Outside kitchen at the ranch.
Call my Chelu boys.
Even though we're all mad. This is why I'm taught. 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 I'm taught cause I'm taught. You're not cause you're not taught. This is why I'm taught. I'm taught cause I'm taught. You're not cause you're not taught. This is why I'm taught.
You know, boy, I believe in God. I believe in God. Santa Maria Carmelin, I believe in God. I believe in God. I believe in God. Only word. Malfunction record promotion. Spank that naughty boy. Malfunction does not condone spanking the children. But if your children's agagwa, bring them to my ranch and I'll spank them for you. I'm just joke. Watch me spank that dog and boy. Spank that dog and naughty boy. Watch me spank that dog and boy. Spank you cause you're agagwa. Watch me spank that dog and boy. Spank that dog and naughty boy. Watch me spank that dog and boy. Spank you cause you're agagwa. Naughty boy, I know you did it. Toka, how you gonna get it? Use a stick and let you pick it when I spank that dog and boy. Naughty boy, don't blame no one. Try to blame your brother John. He's my boy dogger one, and you're just a naughty boy. Watch me spank that dog and boy. Spank that dog and naughty boy. Watch me spank that dog and boy. Spank you cause you're agagwa. Watch me spank that dog and boy. Spank that dog and naughty boy. Watch me spank that dog and boy. Spank you cause you're agagwa.
Super spank. Super spank. Super spank. When she spanked that dog and boy, I move to the left, move to the right. Dodge the spankings if I can. Try to dodge the bell that's coming, they will spank your hand, man.
Naughty boy, don't do your chore. Naughty boy, you skip school. I use a casas Belker Court to show you the times I rule. Boy, don't tell me child abuse. Let me see your under rules. Hurts me more than it hurts you when I spank that dog and boy. You don't need a Ritalin, you just need a butt whipping. I will give you ADD and I owe the discipline.
Super spank, oh, super spank, aha, super spank, aha. When she spanked that dog and boy, I move to the left, move to the right, do that funny spanking dance, wear long pants, cause man, that Bruce is
Spank that dog and naughty boy. Watch me spank that dog and boy. Spank you cause you're agagwa. Watch me spank that dog and boy. Spank that dog and naughty boy. Watch me spank that dog and boy. Spank you cause you're agagwa. You boy, everybody in the village know our business now because you're agagwa, boy. You're embarrassing me, boy. Go boy. Go on, get the tongue in the back, boy.
The tongue, no.
And you better not pick the one that will break.
No.
Because if you pick the one that will break, I'll break it on your head, boy.
No, Taitague, please.
Okay, you're gonna get it, boy. I told you, boy. I warned you already. You're on my last nerve, boy.
I'm sorry, it wasn't me.
Gonna blame your brother again, huh? Don't blame my bub
It
boy.
was him, no.
That's my bub boy. Don't blame him. You're the one, boy.
It's not me. You always say it's your boy.
You're the one.
It wasn't me.
Giving me all this gray hair, boy. You're the one.
You have gray hair because you're old.
Tired of buying the hair dye already, boy. You want me to give you something to cry about?
I don't need something to cry about. I'm already crying.
Don't answer me, bad boy. Let it know you're really gonna get it.
Così uli di sombranza temak et zu ita saluda antes di niga Radzaudzan malak estrezas durante todo el memu a nogi distancia como gupugi palu Zangiman malak guafi con una sughiairi preba tu la noci nai banderata gaigi pues atan fanni bandera kau esta pagua pumalapa Giluk tanu man libri Sentami ti man ko badi
Yes, sir. That's the man kind of alongside this band called High Rise Gives You Live in the Wreck right here, I-94 Studios, yeah? Babylon come and light it up on fire, me child. Summer ganja blunt time, cold and a bit of ganja forma. These are gonna the air for me, but the ganja. Babylon come and light it up on fire. Big sinking alligator blood chili, I think all of them are galleria. They never get them when they were taught in water. But when me did apply the fertilizer, outside the sky they must be seen fire. Then I'm only going you with the hot temper. So me dig on me stinking rocket launcher. And in all the head is Benzi helicopter me chant. Summer ganja burn time, cold and a bit of ganja forma. These are gonna the air for me with the ganja. Babylon come and light it up on fire me chant. Summer ganja burn time, cold and a bit of da ganja firma. These are the air for me with the ganja. Babylon come with the light it up on fire. To judge the place, I better know my good vibes, man. I don't choose me on the other side of the land. Big tanks get no medication. I said the good I give it to them, see passion. Making me get no meditation. I said the good I brew medication. Make singers get some inspiration. So the good I spread it to them, sick patients, yeah. Yes, I'm a ganja blunt time. Pun and I made a ganja for my. He's under the air from everything ganja. Babylon come and the light it up on fire, me child. Yes, I'm a ganja blunt time. Pun and I made a ganja for my. He's under the air from everything ganja. Babylon come and the light it up on fire. And I be say ganja, 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 ganja. I don't want to call it, they call it science familia. I don't want to call it, they call it marijuana. I don't want to call it, they call it the Hindi. Gotta beg on my bonnet in a chalice and mash it a paper. Lord, this a me ganja, yeah, yeah. Whoa, yeah. Silence kind of a chase. I never really, but I really want so nice lamb sponge. I don't wanna let you go with you on me, no hurry. Oh no, this silence kind of a chase. I never really, but I really want so nice lamb sponge. I don't wanna let you go with you on me, no hurry. You say spam 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 spam. Spam 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 spam. This is the reggae muffin from the ghetto you come. Anyway, me go, me say me must leave Mr. Marijuana when they smoke that side to ignorant. Just see other them above all of me V1 me say. This is the reggae muffin from the ghetto you come. Anyway, me go, me say me must leave Mr. Marijuana when they smoke that side to ignorant. Just see other them above all of me V1 me say. Spam 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 spam. A sexy punky, me punky, gonna make you say that you hold me, and then no matter what I wanna say, you wanna say, cause you know say that we feeling come one day. A sexy punky, me punky, gonna make you say that you hold me, and then no matter what I wanna say, you wanna say, cause you know say that we feeling come one day, yeah. God, cause me see look at me want you every day. Yeah, and me know see that you won't come away. God says your man a day, ma treat you like strange. Oh man, I know say that you should be here with me, you know your man a pay. I'm a promise I never make you wild. Anytime you want me, take you shopping at the mall. On time to me give me cellular the car. That's a man I can demand alongside I rise. A sexy punky, me punky, gonna be think say that you owe me, and then no matter what your man a say, your man a say, cause I know say now feeling come one day. A sexy punky, me punky, gonna be think say that you owe me, and then no matter what your man a say, your man a say, cause you know say now feeling come one day, yeah. Rastaman got them alongside this band called High Rise. Check it. I-94. Yes, I'm a ganja blunt eye. Hung and I made a ganja for my. These are gonna be here for me with the ganja. Babylon come to the light, it's on fire, me chan. Yes, I'm a ganja blunt eye. Hung and I made a ganja for my. These are gonna be here for me with the ganja. Babylon come to the light, it's up on fire, me chan.
everyone. Good morning on you guys. Good morning, Thursday, May 26, 2022. The second to last day ever. Good morning. Good morning, Roberto Fragassini. First one in, the Facebook Live KUAM News link live stream. Good morning, Mr. Fragassini. Hey, forget about it. Good morning, Bev Tess, Ferger Solis. Good morning on the breeze. We're KUAM FM Agani Guam 637, waking you up with a whole bunch of malfunctions, some great local music, as always. On this Whopper Melt Thursday, Rudy Rodolfo in the Facebook Live. Good morning, Hafade, Rudy. Thank you, my friend. Burger King in the house this morning. Claire Castro, buenas, good morning. The link, you're surely going to be missed. Coffee with your own self. Right? Just coffee with your family. Spend time with your family. Habla. Zengimen Cafe. It's a good time for you guys to talk to each other. Why don't you try that out, right? Guys, I'll be there in spirit. Besides, I think after the last 20 years, you know what I'm going to say, right? So when you're waking up and you're watching KUAM News or looking at the paper, whatever you're doing, just know, I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty consistent. What would Chris say? You know what he would say. 6:39, good morning. Who else we got here? We got some newbies in the, only now you guys come around. Leche, second to last day. We got Desa Akachang, comments in here, Guam, with the Guam flag emoji and some coconut trees. Good morning, Angelica Pereira. She comments in, good morning, everyone. Well, good morning on you. Bev Tess, Ferger Solis, Mama Bear, Debbie Davis, Gloria Guerrero. Good morning, Miss Gloria. How are you this morning? She comments in here. Good morning, Chris and KUAM staff. Banana Sidzuus. You all have a wonderful, safe day. You too. Rosemary Laguania. Good morning on you, Miss Rosemary. How are you this morning? Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Let me pop up my favorite website. I got a bunch of requests today. Malfunction, we're going to be playing today. I got requests for the Chowing song. I actually got a request for the old school Battered Brothers. Going out to my Chelu Mike and EPAN. I actually wanted to hear that one. That was an old school one. Remember, this was relative to, there was a time when Attorney General candidate Doug Moylan was facing some domestic abuse allegations, right? I forget the details of it, and I want to be careful, so I'll just go find the skit and play it. Like these malfunction skits, you know, they're like little time capsules. You like jump in that, you jump in a time machine to go way back. I think Nick is outside, my friend. This morning on the show, it's pretty busy actually, so we got to try and figure out how to squeeze in all this stuff. Nick Lee, Guam EPA. I think he's bringing their engineer guy with him to talk about. Basically, this is a story I reported on. A few years back, actually. It was relative to a notice of violation that Guam EPA had issued, along with a pretty hefty fine, and come to find out via press release from the agency yesterday that this fine has been closed off. So this means that they caught somebody doing dirty business with our environment. They charged them a whole bunch of money, about $100,000, and as of yesterday's press release, that penalty has been paid off. Okay, so we'll catch up with Guam EPA. That's been my beat here at KUAM for the last several years. And so when I was going through a lot of the stories, I was able to report to you guys when I was doing the news thing. A lot of it was environmental things. And I think the genesis of my reporting on Guam EPA was going way back to when Eric Palacios was the administrator under the Calvo Tenorio administration. Yes, I even gave Calvo Tenorio a hard time. Eric Palacios, he was levying these fines as the administrator, but the thing is, back then, the administrator, and I believe currently as well, they have a lot of authority. So if you, let's say you spill, 50 gallons of diesel out on the road or whatever, it goes down the drain, Guam EPA can look at their rules and regs, and they can decide, we're going to fine you $50,000, right? But then the administrator could say, just pay $5 and, bush cut the Guam EPA parking lot. Which that was actually what was happening. I mean, there was somebody who got pinged with a notice of violation, and the administrator, Eric Palacios, at the time, and said, hey, just renovate our bathroom, and we'll just EMPAS already, we'll call it even. And that was the kind of like the first story I did of Guam EPA. And then because of that story and some other stories, I think it inspired and prompted the introduction of a bill by Speaker Therese Terlahi that required Guam EPA to be posting these notices of violations in the name of transparency up on their website. So that's my little love affair that I've had with Guam EPA over the years. And really just one of the most forthcoming agencies. No funny business. Sometimes you know how it is. You try and get a question, especially with some of the more political agencies or offices in the government of Guam, and it's, bula BS, a lot of runaround. I don't really get that with Guam EPA, and it is appreciated. 642, yeah, so that's coming up. Also, Senator Sabina Perez, Senator Taitague, and a whole bunch of Throwback Thursday right here on the link, which is brought to you by Calvo Enterprises, IT&E, Jack in the Box, and Mount Carmel School in Hoggett, where you can call to register for summer school, 671-565-5128, or you can even enroll for next school year. They got a great deal. The more kids, the merrier. Repopulate Guahan. Yes, in Mount Carmel, you enroll one child. Boom. Tuition's already the lowest of the private schools. Second child is enrolled at an even lower rate. Third child, how low can you go? They go lower on the tuition for the third child. Fourth child, free at Mount Carmel School in Hoggett. It's exciting. I'm telling you, it's great. Love it. 644, Thursday, May 26th. Wow, this is pretty crazy, sir. I was almost having anxiety yesterday thinking about tomorrow when I walk out that door for the last time ever. They're going to change the code. That's what they do. Whenever someone leaves here, they send out an email to everybody, and it's like you wonder, like, what happened? Who left? Sometimes it's just routine maintenance. They'll now say, hey, the new door code is this. And so, yeah, after I walk out that door tomorrow and they change that door code, that's it, pants it. I'm going to be one of these employees who strolls around the back just to check the team, right? You guys know who you are. Man. Yeah, so I was just thinking, like, wow, it's really, you know what, though? I feel like I gave it my all. I feel like I put it all out here for you guys. I never hesitated. I really try to never hold back on what I'm saying. And, yeah, it's got me into trouble. It's made me some enemies. But I don't give a damn because I'm doing it for you, and I'm doing it just to wake up and to share these mornings with you, and these stories, right, these revelations. Good morning. It's 6:45, Thursday, May 26th. Yeah, there's a lot of news, always, of course. We do have a great series called Faisen y Manomko. I made a joke to Tomas Maglotnia. When are you going to interview me for that Faisen y Manomko? It's a great series where we do exactly what it says. We ask the elderly, and they've always got some great things to say. Let's see what else here. Well, yeah, we'll get to the news. We're actually pretty behind right now. Facebook Live again. Thank you guys for joining us. Who else we got here on the Facebook Live feed? Rose Beneventi. Good morning, Rose. She writes malfunction caps lock with the flex emoji. Thank you so much, Miss Rose. Appreciate that. Mark Tyron, good morning, beautiful people. It is a beautiful morning. Sir, I did a little video. Let me send you this. This is the a little bit of the, well, the sun doesn't rise on the west side, but I was at the gym this morning getting my work on, and it's just so beautiful coming out about maybe like 5:20 or so, the Anigua skyline. Beautiful. And Joser is going to pop that up in just a sec. Marcy Flores, thank you for joining us. She comments in here, good morning, everyone. Thank you, Marcy. Very loyal listener. I know she jumped on a little bit later in the containing COVID link, but she's been very consistent in coming on. Thank you for that, Marcy. Mark Tyron, thank you as well. Joey and Vanji Gogwi. Joey and Vanji Gogwi, they, since containing COVID, they listen to the show. I don't know if they're listening or they're streaming it, but they always, as a family, they usually go over to Asen and walk, right? And I think they're doing it a little differently. Joey comments in here, Mananasi Does, Chris and Joe, sir. They're at Tidzen. Yeah, Tidzen. Okay, sorry. Beautiful morning at Tidzen. Working the steps with the family. Actually, they're running. Again, let them run then. Let them run. Thank you, Chris, and God bless you. Biba, Carol Ann, good morning. Mark comments in here. My daughter's in this video wearing the JFK Islander uniform. She's leaving to Oregon next week. Sad week for me. A day. Well, prayers and safe journey. James O'Donnell Jr. comments in a green heart. Good morning. Anthony Kaminga. Good morning and happy birthday to the wife, Jesselyn Feel. Yeah, so happy birthday on you, Jesselyn. Bennett Lujan Duenas comments in here. Half a day. Good morning, Chris. Odia Marie Titano. Good morning, Chris. CQ Tauto in Alahan. Buenas. Good morning. Samantha Baker. Neso Ranim. Chris. Half a day. Good morning, Samantha. Tino and Jenny Blas, Conceição, good morning to the whole Link family. Be safe. F. Glenn Lujan, it's official. We can start the show. Glenn is here. Good morning, Glenn. Annie Bonds, Hafidin, good morning. Guam from Killeen, Texas. Of course, I hate saying the thoughts and prayers thing, but, being all the way over here, there's not much we could do but except pray over this crazy tragedy. I don't even know where to start with this issue of the school shootings. I only just pray that Guam continues to be safe from these kinds of tragedies and that we erase the thought, talking about a lot of this homeless stuff, right? And knowing that I kind of broke the interviews in 2017 and knowing that it's only gotten worse, I had a thought yesterday that that's just how it's going to be right now. We were very fortunate and blessed to grow up on this island, those of us who are of the generation where we grew up, and we didn't have the homeless. We didn't have a lot of these issues that we're now dealing with, rampant drug abuse, rampant crime, rampant drug-related crime, right? Murders. I'm not saying it was perfect back in the day, but it was definitely not like this. And I just kind of had that thought where you have to accept that those days are gone, and this is as bad as it is. This is the new normal, right? We're going to see these homeless people everywhere. And I just pray that our new normal doesn't include things like school shootings and mass shootings. We've been very, very blessed here on Guam, but as these waves make their way around the world, it's only a matter of time, knocking on wood and praying to our protectoress, Santa Maria Kamlin, but it is only a matter of time before these issues that rule the day in the States make their way to our shores, unfortunately. It's 6:49. Let's go ahead and get into our first look at news. Good morning. Senator's outside, sir, but we'll go ahead and start the news here real quick again on this Thursday, May 26th. Our first look at news is brought to you by Pacific Points with the very latest from the KUAM news team. It is your Link Update. Good morning.
This news update is brought to you by Pacific Points. Do more, get more.
Hafide and good morning. I'm Tomas Maglonia. Here are your headlines on the Link. The island records its sixth traffic-related fatality of 2022. At around 1:22 p.m. Wednesday, the 911 call center received a report of a vehicle hitting a concrete utility pole on Isangsong Road by the Park Market in Dededo. According to acting GFD spokesperson Chirika Chargaloff, GFD units responded a few minutes later. Medics transported the driver, a 29-year-old male, and the lone occupant in the vehicle to the Guam Regional Medical City with CPR en route. He was pronounced dead by attending physicians. Traffic was temporarily diverted into Chalanbalaku this afternoon as the Guam Police Department's Highway Patrol Division was activated to the scene. This investigation is ongoing to determine if alcohol, speed, or drugs were factors in the crash. And GPA's proposed 28% increase in the fuel surcharge was approved by the Consolidated Commission on Utilities. To try and ease the impact of the massive hike, GPA intends for it to be phased in over 4 months, starting in July 1st through November 1st. Nestor Lacanto reports.
Details of the LIAC increase were unveiled by GPA just last week at a CCU work session. Under the plan, the average monthly bill of 1,000 kilowatts would go up on July 1st from $307 to $338. On September 1st, it will rise to about $368, and by November 1st, it will hit $393. At last night's board meeting, there was one ratepayer, perhaps representing thousands of others, who showed up to voice frustration, saying his bill has gone up by $500 a month in the past year. CCU member Mike Limtiaco blamed it on soaring global fuel prices, which rose from $79 a barrel in January to $127 currently.
The LIAC portion, sir, is tied to the price of fuel, and what we're trying to explain to you is the cost of fuel last year is significantly lower than the cost of fuel now. So the fluctuations that you see here, you could expect to see on your bill.
You know, Guam is saying something, we can't have affordable housing. How can we have affordable power? With the power, how can people pay for this power right now? They can't afford it.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are getting raised over this stuff. You know?
Who's getting what?
I heard there's a raise going on here right now. There is a raise. And you guys go to this situation
there's the normal
where the people are hurting. that they can't afford their power bill? Have you really looked at how many people can't afford their power bill? There's thousands.
CCU Chairman Joey Duenas weighed in saying they've kept the base rate steady, but they can't do anything about the cost of fuel.
Everybody around this table, Mr. Hinton, doesn't want to increase your bill at all. Not one penny. I don't want to increase your bill. I don't want to increase my bill. The problem I have is that I either have to pay, like you pay for when you gas your car, or you don't use your car. If we don't pay for oil, we will have no power.
The utility needs to generate the cash flow needed to purchase additional fuel to keep the lights on. So
that's in a nutshell, that's what it is.
Right.
Okay, if we have no further discussion, ready for the question? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
The PUC has final approval over the increase, which it also can still amend. For KOAM News, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
And those are your headlines. We'll see you tonight on Primetime. Reporting for KOAM, I'm Tomas Maglonia.
This news update is brought to you by Pacific Points. Do more, get more.
Buenos updates to get soon to be finod sa morgan ni KUAM News. Presenta ni Familian Mizo gi First Hawaiian Bank. Igual Environmental Protection Agencia sa pramahutsa mileblog yun na business esta pasi podmisian sa lapi minita ni masuseri gi 2019 na sakan. I-contract Watts Inc. na kompanya sa timanagwahid si mo manenehay erosion sa ni taimano matsogwi sa ni mas propyo na praktikon man maneha ani mahasa din mebo na infrastructure para Department of Defense. Azo na project sa Fioni Polaris Point gitsalan Marine Drive gita PT. Ang merekonosi ni Guam EPA manmanay notis ang kinanta DC na manaparmuta 7,000 pesos kada dia para 14 dias. Sa timanagwan, este siya na klasen pernitehi. Ida siya tigyarbe de kompanya sa mapasin 98,000 pesos. Guatigi Guam EPA masyaman mamfile appeal para este siya na minita. Ilingnya si Walter Leon Guerrero, administrador di Guam EPA, na mansemagop siya na madisidi ni contract Watts Inc. na kompanya na para manaorsgi na din niya. Tadabi dumaatan siya na kinanta DC, numasyahan na kontratista na sinya ni na dinagradi gagata si siya sa sinya gasta pud 1,000 pesos siya na minita zan para mafamalik ni te necessaryo. Ilingnya mas nataza project construction gunigi islata sinya madispensa kumutia orsgi reglamento siya sa ginasista ni community dad sempre consigo este na ahensya para manasiguro na nanansi todo mo na itsetso ni para matsogwi. Masasunto, tada sendidog na animasaw na masodda dispersa na ma-report na pakita lumiso in North Korea. Iguam Homeland Security and the Civil Defense na opisina dyan ni Marianas Regional Fusion Center sa masanga na para makontinue masednatan na isosedimento siya gwinigi urizata. Iabay sa para Homeland Security sa Samantha Brennan asangan na debilita na fanlistuhid da todi tempo taketong mo hafa siya masusese di gwini na bandantano. Di international na report di media siya tres na miso sa man mapaki kung todo di long-range intercontinental ballistic na miso. Tinatijis niya ni Dingo Tokyo Presidente Joe Biden dispersa naman bisita South Korea at Hapon para madiskuti dinefende ni Indo-Pacific na lugar dan ni Mangatsongta Ginimagi. Gaya Department of Defense na planen nuevo na missile defense na sistema para guahan. Manin siya lokwe na militar para managwahan na si fineden na live fire Patriot missile training exercise giza Palau gi Ortrumes. Para Guam News Network, Guausikin Conception. Yasunto ifinut sa moro sa presenta sa ninafatto ni Familian Mizo gi First Hawaiian Bank.
Say hello to the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app, where you get smart insights into your finances so you can make smart decisions with your money. With a daily personalized feed, you can compare your monthly income to spending. That's better. Discover where your money is actually going. You might be surprised. See what's essential and what isn't. The more you use the app, the smarter it gets. With insights from the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app, it all starts with yes.
Taco Bell is so good and so cheap.
I know, right? I wonder why.
What if they know we're broke? What if they're trying to be the good guys?
Yeah. Thanks, Taco Bell!
GU Self-Storage, conveniently located near the Harmon McDonald's. We offer affordable rates, online payments, and auto bill pay for your convenience. Plus gate access daily from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Call us today at 648-7867 for more information.
Get the job done the right way by getting the right stuff at East West Rental Center. With years of experience helping builders, we definitely got what you need. Call 646-1463 or visit us in Upper Tumon. Open Monday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Sundays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
New Spicy Lovers Pizza from Pizza Hut. Hurts so good. With its spicy marinara and sliced red chilies. It's like a roundhouse kick to the taste buds. How's it looking? Don't be bashful with the fiery flakes now. I want it to be real spicy.
I haven't started yet.
Okay, I'm ready. The new Spicy Lovers Pizza. Get it while it's hot. You want respect? Red chilies get you respect. Knowing our Pizza's the Hut.
Mariana's Irrigation and Landscape Superstore. Stop on by and visit our showroom today. We offer everyday low prices on all major outdoor power equipment like bush cutter, chainsaw, power washer, generators, and more. Need service, repair, maintenance? Well, check out Guam's best superstore only at Mariana's Irrigation and Landscape, located in Barragata along Army Drive between Submarina and Besta Market. Call 735-7446 for more information. Now shipping to surrounding islands. Mariana's Irrigation and Landscape Superstore.
$1 and kids could ride in back of a truck. New kids on the block, Fraggle Rock, high top Reeboks. I've fallen and I can't get up. Why didn't He-Man and She-Ra hook up? Because they were cousins. Oh, like what, first cousins? Cosby Show, Family Ties, Dirty Dancing, Hungry Eyes. I had a mullet and a rat tail, days of oldin'. Now I'm over 30. I day I'm over 30. I day we're over 30. I day I'm over 30. I day we're over 30. Remember Pager, Johnston Theater, days of olden. Now I'm over 30.
At least you're not over 80, boy.
Jacket says members only. Jacket says members only. I day we're over 30. Joe Adam Maulik days.
$1,000 tax rebate. It was $54.40. Used to watch Electric Company, Romper Room, Facts Alive. JD Crutch was still alive. Tahiti Rama, Double A, going outside to play. T10 was NAS, GPSS was DOE. Guam Waterworks Authority used to be called PUAG. All you can eat at Shakey's, Electric Boogaloo. Dudes wearing kung fu shoes, 3 dots from a cigarette burn. Chet loose, power check and shuffle. It was the way to fight. And you didn't have to lock your doors when you went to sleep at night. Traffic was light. And when he said ice keki, people didn't think you were talking about ice.
Boy, give me fan Thai master for my thighs.
I had a marlin and a rat tail, days of old it. Now I'm over 30. I day I'm over 30. I day we're over 30. I day I'm over 30. I day we're over 30. Remember Pager, Johnston Theater, days of old it. Now I'm over 30.
Dude, you forgot Police Academy, Revenge of the Nerds, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, We Are the World.
We are the world.
Dude, you forgot the slap bracelets. Oh, yeah, man. You forgot that, mansion, apartment, shack, and house game that we used to play. Dude. Oh, yeah, that man.
KAM FM. You're listening to The Link with Chris Barnett, 93.9 The Breeze.
A little history lesson for you there. Over 30. Morning. Cabo Enterprises, ITD, Jack in the Box, and Mount Carmel School down in beautiful Hogan. Good morning. Our tomorrow playlist also brought to you by Mount Carmel School in Hogan again, 671-565-5128. Let's go ahead and get into our in-studio guests here from the Guam Environmental Protection Agency. We have the Public Information Officer, Mr. Nick Lee, and also the Chief Engineer of the agency, Captain Brian Bearden. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, Chris.
Good morning.
Good morning, Nick. Thank you for joining us. So you guys are here because there's been an enforcement action that was levied against a environmental violator, and that action has been completed. In English, basically, that means that this company that you guys hit with a big fine has completed paying that off?
That's correct.
Right on. So give us the backstory, if you don't mind.
Well, Brian's division, which is the water division, conducted 2 inspections along a construction site in Polaris Point in Pidi. The issues with that site was the lack of BMPs, and then Brian can get into
just so you guys know, the BMPs again, layman's terms,
best management practices. Right. Typically, you are responsible for all of your project stormwater runoff, and installing BMPs like silt fences are requirements for most construction
Reed,
projects.
Marble Cave.
Right, and anytime you're doing earth-moving work, that's a major requirement, and Brian can get into that.
You're right, yeah. But to me, the big deal about this is the BMPs. It's kind of like when you go to a site, it's like one of the most basic measures that you put in place, like you said, to control the stormwater runoff. And I don't believe it's something that nobody knows about, right? I mean, it's pretty common knowledge for any significant project.
Competent contractors should know that. It's much cheaper to pay for labor and material to install a BMP than it is to pay a fine. And I think that's, with the rainy season ahead of us, the community is going to be watching based on their concern for any runoff that's going to impact the environment. So that's something that we will be closely monitoring.
Captain, let's get into this. Like, if you could just explain BMPs, how important they are, and what are they, when in place, what are they protecting us from?
Well, sure, Chris. BMP stands for Best Management Practices, and in the case of a construction site, there are things that keep the sediment on the site, right? So a silt fence is designed to basically filter that runoff that leaves the site and keep that soil on site instead of in the road or in the water. At this particular project, we had received some complaints and our staff checked it out, and they had installed BMPs in some places, but if you ever drive past, if the public's listening and you drive past a construction site and you see a silt fence up, but if you can see daylight under that silt fence, it's not installed right. The water runs off right underneath that. That was the case in this situation, and so we took action at that time.
Let's get into what it is in that runoff, what could be in that runoff or any runoff on any construction site.
Sure, during construction, it's mostly going to be sediment. It's going to be soil, and that can be pretty devastating to natural ecosystems. It can also clog up the island storm sewer system, which then leads to flooding, gets on people's properties as a nuisance. There's a lot of issues. Post-construction, though, we also regulate that, and that's where we start getting into the red flag warnings you see at the beach and stuff, and that's why we also, when we permit these projects, it's not just the erosion we're looking at the post-construction as well. So if you hear about us holding people's permits for a long time, usually it's for us trying to make sure that that design is all in place, that that project after it's completed will not contribute to our water quality problems that we have on Guam.
Are you guys surprised though at how often this happens, and is it because we've kind of been under this pandemic bubble that maybe contractors are taking shortcuts? What's the deal? Because it's happened a lot. I mean, obviously the most glaring example is up at the Marble Cave area.
That's correct. No, I am surprised at how poor compliance is in Guam. It was really rather shocking to me to get here and see that. We've been trying to get to that through a number of efforts, and we can talk about that if you want to hear about that. Yeah. But I don't think the pandemic was a reason. It was happening before the pandemic, and we're trying hard to try to change that.
Well, what is it, man? Is it willful? Nick, is it just people don't give a damn? They're like, oh, Guam EPA is not going to catch us.
I think you got to start from the beginning. There are projects that occur on Guam that don't go through the permitting process from the get-go. In some cases, that happens. And as you pointed out, if you have a less reputable contractor working on your project, the temptation to cut costs and increase your profits on that project is great. But in the end, it's not worth it. You will get caught, and your project, once it's complete, might not be of the quality that you expect from the contractor. So those are things that we really have to look out for.
Right. And just in the back, so we had the Marble Cave one, and then I saw you guys had also issued another NOV further up to another contractor. Was it also for BMP violations? Are you familiar with the one I'm talking about?
This might be the one in Manila.
Yeah, it was also in Manila.
Yeah, those
clearing and grading.
I think it was maybe UMS. Maybe.
Well, we had one in Manila right along Route 10, and it was to two companies. It was the owner of the lot, JJ Pacific Enterprises, and then to the contractor, Primos.
Okay.
And they had actually done that work without a permit.
Wow.
And we stopped them 3 times, and they continued to work each time, so we came after them.
Right.
And that's still in progress, though. So one of the things that we're doing is trying to get these processes set up within our office to handle appeals, because both of those, one of them appealed. We just recently got our contract finally approved through the Attorney General's office for the hearing officers. So we're all set up now to push those forward and try to close those out.
What's the average fine here that we're looking at? Because I know this one we're talking about this morning took several years to close out, right? So and these other instances where you're pinging people for these BMP violations, what is like the average fine, or does it vary case to case?
It varies case to case, and there's a few factors of the type of infraction that you've committed and the number of days that you're found in to be non-compliant. The rules are different now. At the time that these NOVs were issued, the statutory maximum for violating soil and erosion control regulations was $125,000. But thanks to Speaker Therese Terlahi, who was able to pass a bill into law to remove that cap, the fines could be greater because we now have that flexibility, to calculate based on noncompliance.
Let me ask you, Cap, about the fines and how and you were telling me that you guys can get creative, and sometimes where you might ding a violator with like let's just say $100,000 fine, they might do like a part cash, a part value for that, right? And so you were telling me the Trades Academy, are we actually teaching people how to install BMPs, and that's being paid for by someone who was given a notice of violation for not installing BMPs? Oh, the irony.
Yes, yeah, that's correct. Actually, in this case, though, it was working without a permit, so
Right.
it was considered to be more of a administrative violation. So we were then able to use Guam EPA's existing, it's called SEP policy, SEP, Supplemental Environmental Project, to then convert a large percentage of that fine into a public service. And our idea was to provide that funding to the Trades Academy to conduct this course, which was prepared, I think, back in 2017. It's based on Guam's regulations and laws, and it teaches contractors not just what those laws are, but how to physically install the silt fences, how to do the work, how to get out in the field, dig those things in by hand.
Right.
It's a great class, and this funding, I think, was about $120,000 that was provided to the Trades Academy.
Wow.
It's good for, I forget the number, but it's over 300 people can go through this class now. And by the end of this year, we're going to require that of all contractors, just as a condition to get their permit. It's written into the manual that Guam EPA is implementing, but it hasn't been implemented until this year.
Wow.
So by the end of this year, every contractor is supposed to show proof that they've finished that training or a similar training to get a permit from us.
Nick, can we talk a little about the SEPs? Because I know before you guys had come on, I was talking about the story. I did a story on the former administrator, Eric Palacios, and it really showed like how much leeway the administrator had. And I was talking about a case where they had pinged somebody with a notice of violation, and instead of having them pay the whole fine, he was like, "Oh, renovate our bathroom, and we'll let you slide," or whatever. But I mean, that being the bad end of an example. The good one in other cases I've seen is where you guys ping somebody with an NOV and they pay like half cash, or they put like a dumpster out at a site, right?
Right.
So just talk about the SCPs and how you guys can get creative with that, and it means a benefit to the public.
Sure. I mean, the key word there is a community benefit. Those days are gone. I can tell you that right now.
No more letting you slide for changing the toilet seat at Guam EPA.
Those days are gone. I can't speak to the prior administrator's thought process in approving that type of SEP, but there was an NOV where it was based on a solid waste complaint,
right.
And part of this respondent's settlement had him provide I think 20 dumpsters at different cleanup projects. So, I know we get fixated on the dollar amount
right.
of a penalty order. Versus the value that can be brought from offsetting that.
Sure, but I think I don't know, fixated. People just want to see people who are messing with our environment. They want to see them pay a heavy price for it.
Sure.
That's what it is. It's not that we just want to see $100,000 fine. We want to make sure that people are getting the message that you mess with Guam, we're going to mess with you.
Right,
Hard.
and that's that is happening. We do need to put that message out. But as a regulatory authority, we do have to respect the due process.
Yeah.
It's not just about dinging people, but
Sure.
but it's making people understand why compliance is important. I mean, you have to fix what you messed up.
Yeah.
The fine is the fine is a separate issue. But one of the things that we do with the respondent is work with them to correct what they've done.
Right.
And
that's baseline part of anything, is that they have to foot the bill for the cleanup. Right.
Oh, at the very least, that's going to be in there. Yeah.
When you talk about these violators paying for these BMP courses and stuff, is there like any kind of disclaimer that says this course is paid for by this company that violated this? Because I think that would be great to kind of like add that shame factor in there. It works. I worked in my generation.
I'm not sure if that's
or if the X, a company X who spilled 30 gallons of diesel is providing the dumpsters for this cleanup. You know what I mean?
Well, it's at the discretion of the of the respondent. If it's structured in their settlement agreement that
Right,
they want to be able to take credit for what they're doing, then we'll honor that. And if it's not expressly stated in the settlement agreement, then then we're not going to require them to do that.
Right.
But it's still public information.
You're
though.
right. In any case, you can go on the website because of Speaker Terlai's bill. All these NOVs are posted up on the website. So, for the sake of transparency, maybe you won't know which company is, footing the bill for whatever because of whatever violations they committed, but you would at least be able to look at the NOVs that a lot of times, Cap, you're writing up, right?
In a lot of cases, yes, and these are. And I'd like to bring up another tool that we have that we plan to start implementing this year. So these big NOVs that we do, they are major projects. They take up a lot of time, a lot of manpower. The Samsung Marbo situation took up huge amounts of my time, which is another penalty to the public, right? Because we're not able to then process people's permits. We're not able to do the other work we're supposed to do while we're doing this. So one of the other tools that we have in that erosion control law, which it's actually regulations, but it's passed as law, is something called field citations. And we've never implemented that because it requires us to build a program, have our board of directors pass it. But what that would be is something similar to traffic tickets, where our inspectors can go out on the site and just issue something, a smaller fine, maybe in the hundreds of dollars range, for example, not putting in their silt fences correctly. That then gives us the ability to not just do 5 or 6 big NOVs a year, but potentially do dozens or hundreds of these smaller fines out there to get the word out and try to get these contractors doing the right thing.
Right.
Because it's like I said, it's very surprising to me that they're just not following these rules.
Yeah, and I mean, maybe part of it is they think that you guys aren't enforcing it because maybe they're not hearing about all these people you're pinging, which is where we as the media come in, right? Yeah.
Exactly. And thanks for getting this on the air.
No problem. We got to wrap it up. I got a whole bunch of people. Nick, I got to tell you, my last day's tomorrow. I don't know if you heard.
Yeah, I call into that. Yeah.
There's. But I just want to say it's you've been, like I said before you came on, you've been pretty decent about providing information. I know that I've given you a hard time covering the environment, but it's really just only been in the name of the environment. So I appreciate our relationship, man. It's been good.
I'm gonna miss you, but I'm pretty sure you've shared your your work experience.
Yes,
with whoever's coming in.
Someone here is going to be giving you a hard time, even if I'm going to be gone.
Yeah, but the way I look at it, I mean, you got some young blood here. Like
yes,
you've probably got more experience in broadcast than they've been alive. So but
way to make me feel old. Thank you,
all right,
Captain. Thank you.
Thanks.
And keep up the good work.
And thanks and congratulations on your excellent career here.
Thank you. There you go. Thank you. Appreciate that. Captain Brian Bearden, of course, Nick Lee, Guam EPA spokesperson. We got to take a quick break. We're coming back. Actually, funny story with the oversight for Guam EPA, Senator Sabina Perez. So we'll get her thoughts on this conversation. And we always like to bring her on to round robin. She's got a lot of great agencies under her oversight. And then we're also she just pulled up here in the parking lot. We're going bipartisan this morning. We're going both ways here. We got Democrat Senator Sabina Perez and Republican Senator Taitague. Coming up on the link, which is brought to you by Calvo Enterprises, IT&E, Jack in the Box, and Mount Carmel School. Good morning. The show continues next. Overcome.
Uproar, the Guam Rugby Union presents Youth Festival Edition. Now is the time. Saturday, May 28th, beginning at 9 a.m. at the GW Field. Co-ed flag MS Tournament, Varsity Boys 15s and Girls 7s All-Star Match. JV Rising Star matches at the GW Field. For middle school inquiries, email uproarguam@gmail.com or text 671-488-9346. Uproar Youth Festival Edition is presented by our community partners. Proceeds to benefit the Guam Women's Rugby National Team.
Properties in the Tropics is your weekly roundup of the hottest properties on Guam. Every Thursday, get a virtual walkthrough of homes, apartments, townhomes, and land available for lease, rent, or sale with a breakdown of the most important info, including cost, features, and of course, location details. Watch it on KUAM News Hotspot at noon on streaming and TV8 or catch the encore at 5 p.m. on TV11. You can also check out each installment on Instagram too. Properties in the Tropics is presented by Remax Diamond Realty.
Watch Mariana's artists, activists, and visionaries and their quest to protect, preserve, and promote our Chamorro culture on the Culture Club, a weekly feature on KUAM News digital platform and the KUAM News Weekend Edition. Brought to you by Tropicool Ice.
Guys, this is all fundamental stuff we started 2 months ago. All we gotta do is trust in it and lean on it and believe in each other.
If you lose the championship this year, would you consider this a failed season?
Yeah.
We're living in a new world with new ways of communicating, connecting, and moving through life.
Every day seems to be marked with change, and with all these changes, you need trusted people you can rely on for advice and insights about the things that really matter.
Let Gina and I walk you through everything you need to know about real estate, from buying to selling to renting, and all the details in between.
Join us with Jason Salas every week on House to Home.
House to Home every Tuesday on KUAM News Extra, presented by Remax Diamond Realty.
We're taking care of business.
First, heat up the pan. I start every day with a can of Spam. That's why I can button my pan. You can't diet on Guam cause the food is Gulf Mungie. If it's fresh chicken or even Lofton cotton, don't freak out if I eat with my hand. Oh my god, he's eating with his hands. No. Yeah, I got gaggle cause I chow. Today I feel like towing everything. Kelly bro, and so barbecue. Some boca live, so cuddle, bro. No oxtail. Tell me what you wanna eat, bro. So I can go and throw down me. Cause today I feel like towing everything. Gonna funnel it all. Gotta get the Jesus. Gonna funnel it all. I think you got worms, boy. Gonna funnel it. Tomorrow I'll wake up, forget P90X. I'm doing corned beef, fried rice, and fried eggs. Skinny jeans are choking my leg. I give Malaga boy skinny jeans. I just finished showering, ready looking for Chessa. I bet you thought I got this belly from Sylvester. Pretty soon I'm gonna be double X. Double X, then double bypass. Yeah, I got gaggle, cause I chow. Today I feel like towing everything. This song is dedicated to everyone out there. Who has to unbutton their pants before they eat. Just tell me what you wanna chow. Cause I got funds in the quest now. Cause today I feel like towing everything. Gonna funnel it all.
Go kill the pig or kill the chicken.
Funnel it all.
Kill the pig or the chicken.
Gonna funnel it all.
I don't care, just kill something before I kill you, boy. I'm shaking already.
Jackson, you wanna get up on the mic, brother?
Yeah, man, I'm contrite. Remix. Gonna pound the corn, pound the beer, then we're going to drink some beer. Jackson. Then we're gonna pound the beer. No, Jackson, it's an eating song, not a drinking song. What? Eating song. You're singing about drinking, it's about eating. Okay, man. Come on, man. Okay, man. Don't get mad on me. Come on, Jackson. We're gonna eat the beer. Jackson.
The Link. Here on Breeze 93.9 FM.
Hey, good morning. 7:30. Let's go ahead and get right into it with our next in-studio guest, Democrat Senator Senator Perez. Good morning, Senator.
Good morning, Chris. It's great to be here and to also wish you well.
Well, first of all, it's great to have you in here in person. I know that we've been doing the Zoom thing for a couple years.
Yes, and good morning to Guam as well. Yeah, it's great to have a better audio, I think.
Right, yeah. I don't know where she Zooms from, but we always make a joke about her audio. It's always a little like, we figured it out last time, though.
Yes.
I think we did.
Yeah, I had it turned up too much.
Right.
Yeah.
So I guess we could just start if you just want to go round robin on what you got going on at the legislature, and then we maybe talk a little bit about that Guam EPA interview. So take it away, Senator Senator Perez. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah. So so one of the agencies that I oversee is of course Guam EPA,
Right.
and there's a bill currently we had a public hearing for it. It's a zero waste bill. And we just recently had a meeting with the consultants who are going to update their zero waste master plan so that we can hopefully achieve a 50% reduction in waste stream going to our landfill by 2030. So that's a pretty aggressive goal, but it's in line with what US EPA has. But considering that almost 50% of our trash is biodegradable, there's a potential to actually compost, use composting technology, which has been around for ages. Right. And then also plastics has been an issue too. So those are the two areas that I think we can focus on.
50% waste reduction by 2030.
2030,
right?
yeah.
So have we made is there any data relative to how much waste reduction we've accomplished like in the last 10 years?
Yeah, so there has been data in regards to recycling. We were able to reach up to about 39% or roughly around there. I think
39% of what?
Recycling.
Okay.
I think pre-pandemic, but it's decreased since, and I think a lot of that has to do with the changes in the markets in regards to receiving of plastics. So the zero waste bill would actually help to provide localized solutions, and there's been a lot of innovation we've seen presented throughout the years to repurpose of the plastic. But I think ultimately, the long-term approach, we need to reduce our use, and so there's something called extended producer responsibility that can help.
What is that?
Basically, what it does is the manufacturer has to be able to reduce their waste in packaging.
So you're starting at the root of the problem with the manufacturing. They have to reduce it.
Yes,
Nice.
yes, that's correct. Yeah.
How crucial, how key do you think the plastic ban is in reducing the waste stream, and do you think that we've already seen an impact from that?
I think so. I see less plastic trash floating around. I mean, outside. So I think it has an impact. But again, I think enforcement needs to happen because they have been banned. I mean, I'm still seeing some vendors that are using the plastic bags, and I do want to give kudos to those businesses that are complying. Right. They've come up with reusable options in addition to so all restaurants can can use paper bags.
Yeah, I want to recognize the restaurants that have also made. Can they still use plastics for takeout?
No.
So
no, that's
can
completely
anybody? Nobody.
So for takeout, it's banned.
Okay.
Yeah.
So nobody can use plastic bags in any way, shape, or form anymore.
So there are exemptions,
Okay.
and that's if they're meat. If you're packaging the meat within the store itself.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I know I ask you this every time. It's like I forget. So the little bags that you put your meat in, so because you don't want the meat juice to get on your tomatoes, those are okay.
Right, or even like your produce, that you can
Right.
still use those plastic bags that are
Correct.
encasing the individual components, or baked goods in the bakery. But when they put another bag over that, or it can't be a plastic bag.
People have been obviously there's grumpy people who don't agree with the plastic bag ban, but I think for the most part, everyone. I mean, what are you going to do? You just have to comply.
Yeah, so plastic, takes forever to break down, and when it does, it's microplastics. It gets into the food chain, which affects our health and the health of our ecosystem. And so we really need to move away from this. And it's really a byproduct of oil, and that's another issue. Is we have to move away from the use of oil within on Guam to build more resiliency. We're seeing huge changes in the price of oil and the cost of electricity. So, this is something that I'm committed to working on, is ensuring that we have policies and practices in place to build that resiliency.
You just said two words I don't like hearing, power increase. Your reaction, I guess, to the latest power increase. I know they voted on it last night, approved it. Right.
It's definitely, we need relief, and I'm glad that Guam Power Authority is reaching out to the governor regarding use of available funds.
$70 million, right?
Yeah, I think we need to do that. We need to put more money towards relief. I had constituents come in, saying their power bills have gone up, $300, $500. So it's, and when I look at my own power bill, I'm and utility bills actually in general, it's quite, it's shocking. And so we need to, I guess, keep at bay these increases, whether it's power or water, and find other solutions. So actually, thankfully, the infrastructure bill has provided some monies, perhaps looking at that too as well, to repurpose those monies, reallocate those monies. So one good thing is that so Guam EPA or GWA is able to receive $26 million more. So when it comes to water, and they're utilizing that for very important capital improvement projects. Replacement of water lines, replacement of sewage lines.
Right. Oh, by the way, sorry, Senator. There's a water line work being done in Pago Bay. I'm sorry, sir. I had a guy call in, older gentleman, asked me to get that info. And so, yes, they are working on a main water line in Pago Bay. Sorry, Senator. Let me just get this out. And the outage is expected to last until 9 in the morning. Again, capital improvement projects, Guam Waterworks Authority. You believe that's going to bring rates down?
It would prevent the increase of rates, because every time we need to do capital improvement projects, they have to borrow money, and that comes at a premium cost. And so what I've been seeing is that it doubles the cost, and all of that has to go to the way we pay for that is by increase in rates. And so this $26 million for the next 5 years is going to pay for at least, I think, 20 different projects if it gets approved by US EPA. So that's really critical. That's what I've been advocating more from the GWA, which I oversee, is get more fund grants. We need to get those grants, because really there's no caps. That's the other issue. There's no caps on how much these utilities can borrow, which means we're going to see increasing rates. And that's something I think we need to take a look at. And capping, just like we have debt ceilings for the government. We can't go over a certain amount. Why can't we do that for the utilities too?
Joey Duenas, CCU, said something. There was actually a angry ratepayer who showed up at last night's meeting. I think it was, that looked like Mr. Kiko Highton of Jotnia Rules. But Joey Duenas had said something along the lines of, hey, we've tried our best to keep the base rate down, but we can't control all these other rates that are relative to the cost of fuel. And he said, hey, it's like if you don't gas your car, you don't drive your car. If we don't, pay for this oil, we're not going to have power.
Yeah, that's a very important point.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But it's unfortunate that, I think we really need to make greater efforts to build more renewable. I mean, I know they're doing that right now.
Yeah.
More renewable resources, renewable energy, relying more on renewable energy than natural gas and fossil fuels. Considering what we're going through right now.
Yeah.
And
So when you talk about remedy, right, does this just seem like something we're just going to have to suck up until all this renewable energy that we're putting in place is stood up and contributing to our power grid?
that's a long-term solution. The
Yeah.
short-term solution is the relief from these additional fundings that we have currently.
70 million, right, is
I
what
think, yeah.
And so what do you think? So the governor forked out 15 million to stave off the last big rate increase. That worked, right? Have you had any conversation with her? Do you have any idea of 70 million? That's a big chunk of that.
That is a big chunk. But yeah, I mean, our people are suffering. So I think we really need to provide that relief. Of course, we can't continue to depend on that because that can't be, that's not a sustainable solution.
Right. Yeah.
So we really need to look at aggressively pursuing these renewable energy solutions.
But I totally agree.
The other thing too I want to add is the project list on for GWA. There's something called the revolving loan fund. So GWA wants to set up a fund so that people want to hook up to the sewer system. They can get a really low interest loan to do that. And so that's something to look out for once it's approved.
Does this have anything to do with I remember there was that issue with the septic tanks and constructions of houses and the realtors, or is this a separate issue?
It could be related,
Okay.
as long as the house is close, I think within 200 feet of a main sewer line. But the other issue that my office is looking at is adopting alternative solutions. So I know septic tanks. There's issues with septic tanks and causing an increase to the nitrate levels in our aquifer, which can lead to a condition called methemoglobinemia, which sorry, I know it's a big word.
No. You got nitrates. I know that's a lot of smoked meats have that.
Yeah, so there are regulations that if it goes above a certain level, it can cause health conditions that affect one's ability to breathe, basically, or to take in their oxygen properly. So what we really need to do is take a look at these alternative solutions, and even Bill Gates has he puts his money behind some of these inventions that can really reduce the amount of nitrates and pathogens. So there are going to be more, I think, commercial solutions out there that are affordable and also protect our aquifer as well.
I wanted to ask, because you had, I don't know if it was a bill, but it was relative to lifeline rate waterworks customers. Remember we talked about this, about
Yes.
waterworks subsidizing repairs? Was that what it was?
Yeah, so Bill 266, what that does, it would allow GWA to assist with private property owners that have leaks on their side.
Right.
So right now they only can work on repairing leaks on the public side.
Right.
And so what this bill would do, it would allow for that to happen. And I'm still pursuing that. I know just need to put in language that basically gives the PUC still the control, which is what currently is in law. I think I potentially can create or continue to put that on the floor.
Yeah, because what I hear a lot of when it happens, a lot of it is on the public side. The waterworks old pipes will affect the state of the water on the private side.
Mm-hmm. Yes, true. And in fact, there's reports that even if there's lead involved, it can exacerbate the lead in the drinking water. So if there's lead lines, old lead pipes that are transporting water into the home, it can exacerbate that condition too.
Procurement, anything with procurement?
Yeah, so we're getting some complaints about processing of purchase orders. So that's something that I
What
need
kind of
to-
complaints?
Well,
Juicy?
well, just part of it is that, of course, the staffing is pretty low at GSA, and
They don't have LTAs?
not that I can see. Yeah, and there's been issues with processing of purchase orders on a timely basis. So yeah, I'll need to get more information on that one.
Right. As your bill with the 3 positive quotes, do you think that'll impact that process?
No, this one was related to. So when I passed legislation to tighten the requirements for sole source.
Right.
And so that didn't take effect till March of 2021, I believe. And so there was a sole source procurement that was done prior to that, and so there was purchase orders that are not being processed. Yeah. So that was one issue with that. But as far as small purchases, I think that's really important to have more transparency.
Yeah.
I mean, you think about it, 50,000 without competitive bidding process.
A lot.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
For just services and supplies. 100,000 for construction. I mean, I think at that point it's already. I mean, that's what's currently in law.
Yeah.
I don't think we should increase the threshold. They should basically there's something called indefinite quantity bids. And so if an agency doesn't necessarily know how much they need, they can still do a competitive bid and get what they need, as well as be very transparent and, foster competition.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to ask about rev and tax, but I feel like no complaints.
Yeah, no updates at this point. I haven't heard.
As long as those tax refund releases keep coming out, we're good, right?
Yes, and I think the speaker pointed out this is one of the amendments that she made in the budget bill,
right?
To prioritize any of the surplus funds to go towards tax refunds. So
right.
so I really, very grateful for that. Forward thinking.
Labor, any update?
Labor, still working on pre-apprenticeship, still focusing on that. It's great to see that Guam Department of Education included that in their latest strategic plan.
Wow.
They have a target for apprenticeships.
What types of apprenticeships? Because I know we have the culinary, right? Is that what you would consider an apprenticeship? What other types of apprenticeships and what types of fields do we have existing?
So GCC, I think currently in the high schools, they have about 7 different trades.
Wow.
So nursing, carpentry, automotive, electronics, hospitality, culinary. I may be missing something, but I think we can expand upon that.
Is
model.
there engineering?
I don't think specifically engineering, but I believe in Teeds and High, they've been also doing other things like technology. So I think they've actually graduated. They were able to, they've been very successful in that program because there are companies that are hiring those students.
Wow.
And I believe they're expanding it. Teeds and High has been very, very
proactive
about expanding those programs. And I think we can expand it even further because if you could consider, just by looking at the government too as well,
right.
There's basically a good percentage of the population that's going to retire. And so I think I see an opportunity,
right.
Specifically like with Guam EPA, GSA, I see there's shortages in a lot of these positions, and we need qualified individuals to be in those positions. So I see opportunities that we can start these trainings within the school system, and so once they graduate, they have a job, and as well as work towards improving their skills.
So much sense you're talking now, Senator. I wanted to ask though, have you ever taken a look at how successful these programs are, like with the statistics in terms of how many kids are in these apprenticeships, how many of them actually get jobbed up at the end?
Yeah, so this is something that GCC has been working on. I think one of the things is there's been very a difficult, apprenticeships are difficult because you have to go to school and work at the same time.
Yeah.
And so the pre-apprenticeship program is going to help. And what they're seeing is that they are successful in the pre-apprenticeship programs.
Is this outside of high school?
Yes, so this would be like GCC boot camps.
Right.
That's kind of like a synonym for it.
Yeah.
And they're seeing much more success when there's pre-apprenticeships tied to apprenticeship programs.
So you would take your apprenticeship in high school and then graduate high school into a pre-apprenticeship program, and then in a perfect world, from there you would go pipeline to the workforce.
So actually the pre-apprenticeship would start in the high school.
I see.
And then when they graduate, they can be paid for the job. And basically it's a pipeline into the apprenticeship program.
Right, yeah, this is great. I mean, Senator, I support what you're doing. I feel like you're one of these senators, like you got a good head on your shoulders. The work you do, at the end of the day, not necessarily the sexiest work. It's procurement. It's apprenticeships, right? It's the open pit burning. It's the environment, but I feel like you're needed in the legislature. And
Thank you so much, Chris. That means a lot to me.
You're welcome. But as my last day is tomorrow, and you also, it's been a happy coincidence that you chair a lot of the committees that I feel like people definitely we got to know about the environment. We got to know about labor, procurement, revenue, and tax. So I feel like we've been able to build a good relationship here, going back to containing COVID and also on the link. And so, I want to wish you good luck. Have you filed?
Not yet.
Okay, but are you seeking re-election?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
well, good luck with that, Senator.
Yeah, thank you so much, Chris. And I look forward to, helping out. I do want to serve the public, continue to serve with the knowledge that I've gained. And it's by design I picked these agencies because I wanted to help out. And I've learned a lot, and I want to continue to help out.
You've done a lot of great things with procurement. Like I said, again, not the sexiest stuff, right? But it does make an impact. And I think one of the recurring thoughts that you've put out here on the show is when you tighten up the procurement, that saves money. And at the end of the day, that money saved can go to where, important things that are needed. That being said, looking at some of the things you've been able to accomplish this term, like what are you thinking about for the next if you get that opportunity?
Well, there's always more. Like I said, it's like an onion. When you peel one layer, there's more under it, and so there's a lot more work to do. Definitely, the laws a lot of the laws we have still need updating, and I've been working at it pretty consistently. Also to help build the resiliency of our community, strengthen our laws so that it protects our island. I think that's really critical.
Thank you, Senator. Anything in closing?
No, I just want to wish you well. And we'll definitely miss you. I know must be hard for you to say goodbye.
I'm not crying. You talked about onions, and I got a little choked up, but I'm not. No, we're done.
Yeah, but I do. I want to thank you, and thank you to the audience for all your help and contributions too. My door's always open, willing to help out.
Thank you, Senator.
All right, to Masi.
There you go. Hagamas, Senator Sabina Perez, 750. Senator Taitague is next. Like I said, we're going bipartisan this morning because that's just the kind of show this is. And we'll take a quick break and come back with Republican Senator Taitague next, right here on the link, which is brought to you by Calvo Enterprises, IT&E, Jack in the Box, and Mount Carmel School in Hoggett.
Rugby Union presents Youth Festival Edition. Now.
Dan from Public Health.
Yes, ma'am. This is regarding licensing for the restaurant operation.
Oh, one moment. Regarding the licensing for the operation of the restaurant.
Hello?
Yeah, Joseph Torres?
Yeah.
Hi, this is Dan Magofnia over here at Public Health.
Yeah?
We're just calling because we got a report that you're trying to operate a restaurant.
Yeah?
And we don't know if you have all the necessary permits in place, like.
Not yet. Actually, I'm just signing the contract because I'm leasing the place.
Yeah, well, what kind of restaurant is it you're thinking about having?
It's just, like, is it, after the space? Is it to go, like a buffet, eh?
A buffet, you know that there's certain permits and regulations that you need to secure now before you operate such an operation.
Yeah.
And you are currently in violation because we got a report that you're already releasing food out there to the public.
Oh, no. I'm just renovating the... I'm sorry about that. I don't even open yet the damn thing.
Well, we got a report that you're selling lunch plate.
No. Who make the report?
We're not allowed to identify the people who make the reports due to the protection of their identity, so you might jam them, now.
Yeah, you can just go down there and check. Still under renovation of the place.
Yeah, and that's why if you're making lunch plates there, now it's a violation of the regulations under Guam Code Annotated.
No,
this is not a laughing matter, Mr. Torres.
No, I know, but to tell you the truth, whoever's saying that, I'm not even.
Do you solemnly swear?
This is malfunction. I just know the voice. My party tell you again to call you.
Yeah, this is covering your party wall.
Yeah, he just left the place.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. When you tell me you can't live, I already know it's you.
All right. Hey, good morning.
Stop on the air.
Thank you, sir. Shibari. Okay.
Tomorrow Standard Time. It started at 7. I showed up at 9. The table was already open. Everybody kicking back and joking. I saw the chow on the table look nice, but nobody's chasing the flies. Why? There's a fly in the finna denny, hiding at the bottom of the bowl. And I already thought she plenty. How come you don't chase the flies, bro? There's a fly in the finna denny, hiding at the bottom of the bowl. And I already thought she plenty. Now I'm running for the toilet bowl. There's a fly in the finna denny. First, there's a fly in the finna. I thought it was a piece of meat. There's a fly in the finna denny. There's a fly in the finna. And then it moved. Children running around. Grab paper plate. Boy, grab the rake. It's like these people don't care, cause they already ate. Maybe it's my own fault cause I came late. But now I'm afraid I might get food poison from the talkie lolu I ate. Ew. There's a fly in the finna denny, hiding at the bottom of the bowl. And I already thought she plenty. How come you don't chase the flies, bro? There's a fly in the finna denny, hiding at the bottom of the bowl. And I already thought she plenty. Now I'm running for the toilet bowl. There's a fly in the finna denny. There's a fly in the finna denny.
The parents have to teach the children to chase the flies, boy, that's the culture.
They blessed the table. They didn't bless the food. And now I'm pretending I'm full. And the boys don't care about the chow as long as the beer is cool. I'm a mala to say a word. They might get their feelings hurt.
Boy, try my Latija fan.
Okay, I hope it's safe to eat dessert. There's a fly in the finna denny, hiding at the bottom of the bowl. And I already thought she plenty. How come you don't chase the flies, bro? There's a fly in the finna denny, bro.
Hey, Mom, you don't want to eat your food, Mom. Boy, what's the matter with you? You don't like my cooking, boy?
No, Tanchai. I ate already.
Oh, you don't want to eat, huh, boy? You're musta, huh, boy? Starve then, boy, starve. Oh, see, now you made her
There's a fly in the finna denny. Ew.
Hello?
Ma'am, yeah, are you missing a dog?
Yeah.
What kind of dog is it?
It's brown and white?
Yeah, I saw it.
Where?
In the middle of the road.
What middle of the road?
The main road. Your dog's laying down in the middle of the road.
It is laying down in the middle of the road?
Well, I don't know if it's really laying down.
No, because my dog is missing. And I've been crying and crying.
Well, get ready to cry some more.
Why?
In fact, you should start planning the rosary.
Why am I going to plant rosaries?
Because your dog was laying in the middle of the road and it wasn't moving.
He went to heaven?
Went to doggy heaven.
Oh my God. Where did you guys find my dog?
I didn't find him. He was in the middle of the road and I didn't want to pick it up because I didn't have a shovel.
Ugh. It was missing at Pagacho area in Agate.
Well, now it's missing from planet Earth.
It's missing in planet Earth?
It flew up to where?
Doggy heaven?
Yeah. Hey, ma'am.
Yes.
Don't worry, this is Chris.
Oh my God. Oh, you see, you made me cry again. For real. Oh my God.
Oh, man, I'm sorry. I like to make people laugh, not cry.
Can somebody please they find it at Pagacho area at the Gura housing, can you please just return it back?
Return it back even if it's in the middle of the road?
No! No, forget it.
Keep it if it's in the road.
Yeah.
Good luck, ma'am.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Okay, bye.
KUAM FM. You're listening to The Link with Chris Barnett, 93.9 The Breeze.
Baba matamu para mo na tanatalay kay tempo.
Hey, they got great rates down at Mount Carmel School. Proud to present the last week of the Link. And also our Chamorro playlist here. This one, Tiempo, 801. The number down there is 671-565-5128 to enroll for summer school, or they're already doing enrollment for the upcoming school year, and they got a great deal for those of us who are prolific in the baby making. Yes, you know who you are. Every child you enroll at Mount Carmel, you enroll one kid, like your oldest, right? You get them in there the regular tuition. The next kid is a lower rate. The next child is even lower. The fourth child, free at Mount Carmel School in Hoggett. They understand. We're a baby-making nation. You know what I mean? Tato 2, Thursday, May 26, 2022. Republican Senator Taitague joins us in studio. Thanks for joining us, Senator.
Chris and Joe.
Yes.
Joe, sir.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, everybody needs to know me. You got tomorrow's your last day.
Yeah.
Without, they always said behind a good person there's that support group, and
Joe
Joe
the
sir
man.
has been.
Yep.
Joe, come in here so people can they see you?
Yeah,
Can they
they
see you?
can yeah.
Hey.
There's something with people behind the
High five,
camera,
dude.
Senator.
Yeah.
They don't like to go in front of the camera. I don't know what it is. It's a camera thing.
Yeah, but
right, sir? Yeah.
they're the ones that keep it rolling.
He's
They
loved.
assist you. I mean, they
Right.
make you the great person that you are, Chris.
Oh, thank you, Senator.
I have to do a shout out to my staff because they're a reflection of my work that I'm
Nice.
doing, and I really want to show my appreciation to them. Thank you, Jason, Rowena, and Rollin, for all your help. All these last
3 staff,
3
that's all they
years.
give you in the minority?
And the minority, yes,
that's right.
very low amount. Yeah. Well, it's not 3 staffs. You're given a budget that's
Right, exactly, yeah.
half the size of a majority. So,
Correct.
so you should hit for that majority.
The
when you
majority seems
get
to be
in.
where it's at, right? Yeah. Senator, let's talk a little bit about budget. I know there's a bunch of stuff you want to talk about, but we're in the budget process now. Are you liking what you're seeing? I don't think so.
Absolutely not. And I'm pretty sure I can see when the agencies come before us, they're looking straight up at me saying, please don't ask those questions. And I'm like, of course
Who
I'm
told
going
it
to
to tell them?
Of course I'm going to ask them. Yeah, and we're not getting the answers. That's what's the saddest part about it.
What
If
are
you're
the big
coming to-
questions that you're asking?
Lapses. How much lapses did you have in FY21? Things like that. What's the total amount of employees that are fully funded versus those that are, warm bodies, or those who you would like to fill a position that's vacant.
Right.
I mean, we couldn't get that from public health. And granted, public health is one of the largest agencies, department agencies that we have on the island. And, they have a lot of programs, they deal with the heart of the community, really, so, but they should have these numbers. I do realize they have a new ISO in place. Mr. Taitague had retired,
At Public Health?
At Public Health.
Okay.
That's what I heard. He retired. So Arlene, I can't remember her last name, but, granted, we hopefully will get those answers to the questions that they were not able to give us, but they should have that in front of us. Another concern I had.
Would you say, before we move on, though, Senator, would you say that the budget process, what it's looking like this year, is it going to be the same thing that it was last year, where you guys were kind of operating in the dark?
Yeah, operating in the dark.
You know
Lack
what I
of
mean, though?
transparency.
Right, yeah.
Well, countless times we've told you how important it is to see where this ARP funding, this $558 million that was given to the governor for her discretion, on how it's being spent, so that we can provide a budget bill that can, fund other areas that's been lacking for many years, while this ARP funding can cover it. And we're not getting that information. Even the question I asked at Public Health, do you have a list of what ARP funding that you received from the governor? I think it was $11 million, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
Of that, 9.1 million has been spent. Can you tell me where you spent this money? And they said, well, overtime. They talked about a few PPEs, things like that. But it really doesn't tell us a full itemized description.
Right, yeah.
And when you're coming to a budget hearing, we need that information. And it's been lacking. I mean, one thing that was odd, and I brought up during the public hearing yesterday, was every budget that comes to the legislature must be certified by BBMR.
Right. Is that happening?
Well, this one didn't, because the budget that they presented in their PowerPoint was quite different from what I received from there 2.5 months ago when they gave us their budget bill, which is stamped by BBMR. And then when I did, at the end of the public hearing, ask the director.
Do you mean your old friend Lester Carlson?
No, director as in public health.
Okay, Art St. Augustine, right on.
You mean the secret adobo
we're going to
maker?
get to that. I want to get to that. Yeah, so, okay, we're on public health. Did you find out how many LTAs
show
they
you
have?
How to make adobo?
Yeah, he can teach Lester how to make pork adobo.
Yes, you do.
And he will tell Lester every single ingredient.
Absolutely. Why? It's kind of awkward way of describing the budget, but
so going back to public health, Senator?
Going back to public health, with regards to certification of budgets that are given to the legislature must be first certified by BBMR. So when I asked the director of public health, your budget is different, quite different from what was submitted. Has this been approved by BBMR? Has it been stamped, certified? And he said to me that, oh, I did talk to Lester about this, but he said, oh, go ahead and present it. And this is so frustrating in this government. I mean, this whole year has been jungle rules. Wow. People breaking laws. It was just the other day when I was talking with the OPA's office, regarding certain transparency with regards to accounting, like lapses, for instance.
Right.
And it makes you wonder.
Senator, just people listening, you're talking about the lapses. Why are these important to you, and why do you feel they're important to the people of Guam?
Well, number one, it makes you question, why weren't you able to spend it when you came in front of the legislature requesting for this particular amount?
Yeah, so they go before the legislature, they request for this amount, and then when they come back to you guys, you guys will say, hey, what's your lapse? And they'll be like, oh, we didn't spend, $3 million or whatever.
Oh, well, public health, according to the comments that were made, regarding the Medicaid, Medicare matching, how are we going to offset a shortfall that may happen, It was told to us that about, I think it was $12 million in lapses.
Wow.
Where did this lapses come from? What was not spent on this money? Of course, they didn't let us know. They didn't tell us.
Well, what do you think?
But it makes you wonder, when you're doing the budget,
if
you're getting lapses every year following that, then why do we keep holding up this money? There's other agencies that could spend this money right away.
Because not everyone's having a lapse. You got some agencies
Exactly.
which are having a shortfall.
Shortfalls. Fire department,
Right,
classic example. That was $5 million, a shortfall in the fire department. And with the raises that are being increased, there's got to be some kind of, where are you be able to cover these raises for FY22?
Yeah.
Now, FY23, we're going to address that, for the pay raises. But we're already getting calls from our agent. From our offices that, it's not just the teachers and the principals, but the support staff.
Yeah.
Those who are doing the grants, those who are
course.
working in the administrative side, the parapros. I still call them parapros.
Yeah. They're always going to be parapros to me, too. Yeah.
Hey, did you ever do a skit on parapros?
I never did a skit on parapros.
You got to do a skit on parapros for us old school people, Yeah, I love using parapros. And what did we use? Mayors was commissioners back in the day, right?
Senator, so where are we? Because Lester Carlson, when he talked about footing the bill for the teacher raises, he used the pork adobo analogy, which, Lester, I don't know what he's smoking down there at Adelut, but
hopefully it's legal.
Yeah, it is legal, probably. But it was just funny because Nestor had said, hey, well, where's this money going to come from? And he said, don't worry. Basically, he was like, don't worry. Hey, forget about it. I'm cooking up the pork adobo, but I'm not going to tell you what's in the pork adobo. You're just going to eat it, and you're going to love it.
I'm surprised he didn't say lasagna. You're
So
right,
what did you make of just that whole, to me, it blew my mind that you have a guy who is in charge of a public budget saying that the public doesn't have a right to know where the money's going to come from.
Well, I'm cautiously optimistic about this. Wow. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Well, he's very colorful in his
But does
words,
that fly for you guys when you have
absolutely not.
When the administration saying, "Hey, don't worry about it. We're going to take care of it. Just do it."
Absolutely not, Chris. Like I said, it's been jungle rules since the beginning of January, total, or even before that, but. I'm really starting to see it now where we have laws, we have guidelines, and none of it is being followed. And it reminded me yesterday when I was talking with the OPA, as I said earlier, where Kathy Kikigi once said, okay, which law do you want me to break?
That's right, I
remember that?
Yeah.
Which law do you want me to break?
Right.
And I was talking with the OPA regarding the war claims, account that we've been drilling Director Byrne every time we go into committee of the whole. Where's the reimbursement from the war claims, from the Treasury, going into the accounts? Where is that money? It never went into the accounts. Why not? Off a day. But it's just, it's frustrating. And as I looked to the OPA, I said, well, what do we need to do in our laws? It's become just a slap in the hand or a oops, or nobody's doing anything about it.
Yeah.
When I asked that question, too, with someone else, they said the only way to do it is for a public to come forward and file a suit against the government.
Yeah, one of those taxpayer kind of suits.
Yes,
right, yeah.
That's what would do. I go, well, can I do that? Can I go and file a suit against...
Let me ask you, Senator, I'm going to play devil's advocate here. So
sure.
I know we're talking about this pork adobo thing, but at the end of the day, if the governor's money man says, hey, don't worry about it, we got this surplus, we're going to cover it. Some people would say if the money man says, we can cover it, then we can cover it.
He doesn't have that authority to do it. It's this body. That's why there's checks and balances in our government. It's the legislature that determines the budget, and if I'm not mistaken.
Wait a minute. So you're saying that you guys control the purse strings of the government?
We appropriate, any revenue coming in, and for the government.
Yeah.
Now, in the budget bill, we have these miscellaneous provisions and these particular sections that says any excess revenue, especially the one that I placed in the budget bill. I think I did it twice in a row, but it was being questioned by the administration that it does not fall into the law, that it still allows the governor to take money out of any excess revenue. So this last budget bill, we made it completely clear, and I got the Attorney General's opinion to make sure
right.
that any excess revenue That means money that has not been appropriated, that come into the government, must be appropriated by the legislature. And I cited all the laws just to cover, my backside, just to cover it all, right? And during the committee of the whole, I made sure I passed out the opinion from the Attorney General to Director Byrne and everybody else sitting in the committee of the whole to remind them that it's this legislature that decides, or this body that decides where any excess revenue goes. So I don't know where he's getting this money. Now, the governor has transfer authority.
Right.
And I've been bringing that up during every budget hearing for every agency on, are you still able to function when the governor transfers money out or puts it in reserves? And we had a whole incident with the Office of Veterans Affairs. They had no clue that they had $140,000 in their account while they were paying for prior year obligations. That's FY21.
Yeah.
Paying for prior year and sending us a letter saying we have a prior year obligation, but we're using FY22 budget. And I looked through all, research and the documents that I had. It says, no, honey, you have $140,000. Why are you dipping in to this year? It's just been so difficult for this administration to be transparent.
I know, but I feel like Lester is only going to say that because he feels like the rope is long enough for him to say that. Because of this ARP money, and the governor's been very firm, and she's correct, and she has the authority to dictate where it goes and how it's spent. And I think they've kind of taken that and they kind of ran with it. You know what I mean? And so that's where I think he's coming from, is that, hey, we did with the ARP, we've done it, we're going to keep doing it. As somebody stop me.
Well, I tell you, if Lester thinks he can keep coming up with these innuendos, of Dobo or, optimistic and things like that, he has another thing coming. The people of Guam are not, they're not dumb. They know what's going on. It's very simple. Simple English. Didn't you do a skit on simple English?
I did something.
I'm sorry, I've been listening to you all week on all your skits, but simple English, it's just simple math. You complicate it enough to confuse the public. You think you can get away with all the shenanigans that are going on, or it doesn't matter, they'll forget. No, the people of Guam are not forgetting. There's one thing that I've noticed in these since the pandemic. People have become more educated. They've been watching, the legislature. I mean, during the pandemic, we had the largest viewing audience.
We didn't have anything else to do, right?
Exactly.
Think about the viewership on the COVID-19 press conferences as well. People really paid attention.
Okay, now you're going to make me cry.
Yeah.
Right when you said that.
Senator, let me ask you this one, though. So you got
trying to stop me from crying.
You got Lester talking about pork adobo, right? And he said that whole comment because he was defending the fact that he's trying to find the money, and he says we can do it for these teacher raises. So just like politically, do you feel like it's a slippery slope for you and maybe others to question where this money is going to come from? And do you think that teachers, principals, administrators hear this criticism and these concerns, and they think, hey, get out of the way, that's my raise we're talking about?
Well, I think this should have been done during a time where it's not such an artificial economy to support any kind of pay raises at this point. It's been done. Are you going to be the first one to, pull it back? If you recall, during Governor Calvo's administration, when he first came in, he had to hold back on any kind of raises because we were trying to get the tax refunds paid to people who've been owed for 3 to 4 years. Yeah. Now, do we want to go down that road again, where our tax refunds are not going to be paid for people who've been waiting 3 to 4 years to get paid? I mean, we're starting, you talk about a slippery slope.
So you really think that we're that close, where it's that precarious?
Okay, so you've got $55 million that's been infused into our economy. I say infused, but technically we don't have to pay out anymore, right? And 35 of that is still in a law that was passed last year for the hospital. That's 35.
Right.
The remaining was, at least for 2022, is given for tax refunds. Thank God we all supported that.
Right.
But after that, the $35 million is going to be coming from the general fund. So if you look at the 55, that was, a relief. That's, I don't want to say extra money, but money that we don't have to spend. You have $20,000 left of that 55. Now they're banking on the military. How many times have we discussed where the BPT is being assessed to those contractors
Right.
coming from off island on billions of dollars?
And I don't
that are
think we've
being
ever got
spent?
a clear answer on that.
Nothing.
Right? Yeah.
Not from the attorney, not from the OPA, as well as GITA. If I'm not mistaken, when I was at GITA, there was a section of the department that were reviewing that. How much contracts are being given to off-island versus, subcontract to like Black Construction, Modern International, those particular,
Right.
how much money is that going to yield? Gary Ohio's always told me that if money is being infused into the government or into the economy, you can expect, not the government, but the economy, you can expect 10% of that coming back to us in taxes. So for the last week or so, my staff and I, we have this big whiteboard in my office, and the board is called Show Me the Money. Show me the money.
So it's the Jerry
And
Maguire
then
board.
underneath it says, where's the money? On top of that, where's the money? So we're doing this analysis. We've already wiped out, I think it's 1.2 million that's left over in FY21 excess revenue. That has not been audited yet. Public auditor hasn't come out. And right now, people are starting to look at this excess revenue in FY22, starting to spend it, a
Right.
frenzy on spending it.
Yeah.
So I think we need to be more, we need to be more frugal.
Yeah, that's what-
because
I mean,
it's an economy that is been artificial.
It's
and
been
I keep-
inflated. I get
yeah.
it. We don't have a true read on it, but it's just so frustrating for, I think, the people of Guam when you have on one side, hey, eat this pork adobo. Don't worry about where I got it from. And then you have on the other side, the sky is falling. So I think as the voters head into this election, we are struggling with exactly what is the truth about the economy, because we're hearing two totally different answers from two totally different groups of people.
Chris, I have to say, your audience has been colorful themselves when they put the comments on.
Yeah, quite colorful.
Quite colorful. And I appreciate listening to their comments.
Yeah.
Some of them make so much sense.
Yeah.
And common sense, someone said to me once, is most uncommon. But I wonder what they're saying about a new dish that might come up next. We used adobo. What other
I know
dish
my
can we
audience is
use?
a little elderly, and we're kind of like, they're watching the pork, first of all.
The pork.
They might be more, I think I got more of a chicken adobo audience. Is that pork adobo, that fats, that's, got to watch your cholesterol. Senator, anything before we let you go?
Okay, this is, I'm sure, your audience. Getting emotional is very hard for me to, unless I'm singing it, then I have no problem. It's verbatim. I could throw it out there, but
let me go first, Senator. Let me go
Chris,
first, okay?
You're not going to take this away from me.
No, I just want to tell you that I know people might be wondering, why do we get Tello on all the time? Well, I don't know. I've been following your whole career, and I think that you really turned the corner the last couple terms, and I think that you've been doing really good work and just calling out a lot of the BS that has been happening on both sides. I think you've called out people in your own party, many times, and so when I see that and I see a voice that I feel like needs to be amplified and put up on a platform, and you can tell who I support by who comes on the show. I mean, honestly, more people would come on if there wasn't that silly ban on the link from the administration. But, it is what it is. And I just want to let you know, Senator, that there's a reason that we get you on here, is because I feel like your perspective is needed.
I'm so grateful for the opportunity to reach out to, especially your listening audience, which I think is so much fun to watch.
Best.
They're amazing. The comments they put out there. I take my cue from them a lot of times, but seeing you leave in this capacity, the only person I know who has those same ethics when it comes to being truthful, honest, asking the hard questions. I mean, that should be a halo over your head. I'm not afraid to ask the hard questions, and it's been such a relief to talk to you, on the air. Okay, it's getting very emotional, but you've brought calm to your listening audience. You have brought calm in times of turmoil. You're just bringing laughter into homes when people are dealing with difficulties, to remind them there's the, light at the end of the tunnel, but we all have to go through these things. This is to cover up the tears.
Yeah.
Okay. But one thing too that you brought up was, the push of our culture. I mean, even your skits and your songs, certain words I learned from you. Fa, jaff, which by the way is one of my favorite. My grandfather had jaff, quite a bit of it on his arms. And when I was younger and then I heard your song, it made me smile because it reminded me of my grandfather, when he had it, so I learned more words just listening to your skits and your jokes and stories connected with people, from all walks of life, working families especially, as well as the businesses. You've attracted islanders who left Guam, who listened from overseas, who in other, either U.S. or in Europe or in Asia, all our Chamorros who have left Guam. You've continued to touch them every day and remind them of home. You bring home to them through your radio,
Thank you.
know. And I just wanted to thank you so much, for your service. And not being afraid to say what's on your mind, because there's a lot of people out there who are so quick to tell you, how something should go or we should do this and do that. But then when you ask them to come on and say something about it, they'll go, oh, no. I don't want to get involved.
Yeah.
But you have so much courage. And this guy, Joe, who supported you and egged you on to say, yeah. I mean, he was clapping, but he, over on the side saying, because you speak your mind.
Thank you, Senator.
You will be so missed, Chris. But, everything that you have built, and that trust in people needs to go somewhere else. It shouldn't stop. You're too young, to give up on helping our community. And I'm hoping, and you have aspirations to serve the community, maybe in a different capacity. Cheers to that.
Cheers,
for my
Senator.
water.
Right on.
And looking forward to you continuing on with the legacy that you provided this island. You are history for Guam. You are history.
Thank you, Senator.
Thank you
No,
so
thank
much.
you. Wow.
I know. I did it without it. Hey,
Yeah.
pretty good, right? As soon as I walk out of here, it's going to come flowing down. I don't want to show people that. No, I do have a soft side. Yeah,
I know
do.
you do.
I'm
You're
a
all
toughie,
soft,
but I
Senator.
have a soft
Right on.
side,
Thank you for your kind words, Senator. It's
No,
always a
thank
pleasure.
you.
And you'll see me around, and,
I'm
whatever I
sure.
got planned for the future, I'll let you know. And everyone's going to know. It'll be soon.
Oh, I hope so.
Thank you, Senator.
Okay. Thank you so much,
See you.
Enjo.
There you go.
Okay.
Republican
thank you.
Senator Taitague, her favorite malfunction is the Jaff song. I'll play that for you coming up.
No worries. No worries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's
okay.
right on. So many kind words there from Senator Tello, also Senator Sabina this morning. I did this thing on my Instagram where I asked you guys to share your malfunction memories. Thank you, Senator, so much. Thank you. Okay. And you guys did, and there's some great memories that were shared here that I kind of wanted to share a little bit with you guys. Oh, well, let's get us. Sir, hold on. We'll take a break. Senator, I want to stand up and take a nice pic with you. Let's take a break, sir. And we're coming back. Actually, we're going to do our 8 o'clock news. And as promised, we have the Whopper Melts in studio. Yes, that's on the way right here on the link, which is brought to you again by Calvo Enterprises, IT&E, Jack in the Box, and Mount Carmel School in Haga.
I gotta get these packages out.
Start off your middays with the menu on KUAM News Hotspot, your preview to the big news items. Broadcast on KUAM TV 8 weekdays at noon, with live stream on our social media platforms, plus an encore at 5 p.m. on KUAM TV 11.
The Menu, brought to you by King's Restaurant, always open, always local, and Ruby Tuesday Guam, home of the Fresh Garden Bar.
We're taking care of business with GTA on KUAM Digital. Tips and advice for your business to get more productive, efficient, and streamlined with pro tips, tools, and other services. We're navigating through the best practices in tech, operations, and beyond every month with the help of our friends at GTA on KUAM Digital. GTA, we start with you.
Supervisor.
He's so cray-cray.
Guam's sewer system has been getting a little restless lately, and with all the uprisings and overflows, it's hard not to think twice or even 3 times about drinking your tap water. Relax. Put your water quality worries to rest, cause now there's a bottled water for you. Hanum Calakas, the newest and truest bottled water on the block, available at fine mom and pop stores Guam-wide. Hanum Calakas is bottled straight from the source of Guam's own beautiful Lonfit River, located in the lush valleys of Ordot, right next to the Ordot dump. But chances are it's safer than the funk coming out of your faucet, and moderately satisfied customers everywhere are raving about Hanum Calakas.
Hey, try this, man. It's Hanum Calakas, dude, bottled from the gentle waters of the Lonfit River. Yeah.
Ew, why is it green?
It's actually the Hanum Calakas green tea. Yep. Mm-hmm.
At Hanum Calakas, we care about you, and we are environmentally semi-conscious. We recycle. That's why we bottle our own water in the old Clorox bottle, and we don't have to rinse it out, so that it still has bleach which kills all the little goodies. And even if you don't want to try our Hanum Calakas bottled water, Taitague our clear food coloring, so you don't have to wait 2 minutes for the white stuff in your glass of faucet water to clear up. Hanum Calakas, won't you have a glass? Hanum Calakas, Golf Calakas, Ambi.
Yo, this song is for everybody that got jab. My neck, my back is covered with jab. Hey chicks, don't laugh, cause I got jab. I used to have such nice brown skin, then something strange started happening. White spots appeared on my back. First I thought it was from Clorox, did not know that I had jab. The white spots, they spread like a rash to my belly and to my chest. Went to the doctor and said, what's this? The doctor said it's a skin fungus. I freaked out and said, ISIS. The doctor looked at me and laughed and said, hey boy, you got jab. My neck, my back is covered with jab. Hey chicks, don't laugh, cause I got jab.
You got jab.
The doctor said, hey listen Chetlu, and I will tell you what to do. You scrub it now, scrub it good, scrub it with some Selsun Blue. And if you scrub it every day, then your jab will go away. My neck, my back is covered with jab. When I take off my shirt, don't laugh, cause I got jab. My skin is whack, cause I got jab. Hey chicks, don't laugh, cause I got jab.
Hey dude, check it out, you got jab on your neck, bro. Get away, you're contagious, dude.
No way, dude, check out my jab, bro. It looks like pictures, dude. This one looks like Guam, bro, right there.
Hey, wow, that's nice, bro.
And check this one out, it looks like Afghanistan, bro.
Yeah, dude, let's bomb it, bro.
You know what's crazy? When you try and explain what Magodai is to people from the States. Yeah, when you try and explain what Magodai or not Magodai is to people from the States, it just sounds weird because there's no word for Magodai in English. And when you explain it to people from the States, you just be like, okay, Magodai is when the baby or the person is just so cute that you're biting your teeth because the baby or the person is just so cute, and they're so cute, you just want to pinch their cheek until they cry, or you just want to like punch their face. And the thing about it is, if you don't pinch their cheek till they cry or punch their face, they're gonna get sick. Yeah, they're gonna get sick. See, it just sounds weird. So people from the States, they just be like, that sounds a lot like child abuse to me. Let me get this straight. If you don't pinch their cheek till they cry or punch their face, they're gonna get sick. There's no basis for that, medically or scientifically. Sounds like a bunch of superstitious mumbo jumbo. See, that's the thing about explaining what Magunda is to people from the States.
FM, you're listening to The Link with Chris Barnett, 93.9 The Breeze.
Sana masangan na malikhaw sa malikhaw na tao-tao tao-tao dahil tingo magahin lumatingo dahil tingo na iangkin Planta y escuela dito Lubong di kultura
Great jam here. Tomorrow, this is how it started out like this. Federales, and now it's thank you for the federal. It is what it is, guys. 8:39. Good morning. Calvo Enterprises, IT&E, and Jack in the Box. Yes, thank you. Tried to just squeeze a whole bunch of stuff into this show this morning. Because we had guests, I think this show has kind of been like a metaphor for what we've done here with the link containing COVID, and even for the malfunction show, right? Has always tried to do, I had a boss once. I had a boss way back in the day, in my early days in radio, and he kind of really formed my techniques, and he trained me in a lot of these techniques of radio broadcasting, right, in terms of like frequency and messaging. And those were like the technical tools that I used to promote malfunction over the years. And I think that's, part of the reason why a lot of the songs, granted they were catchy and stuff, but I think that's why a lot of them were able to stick, is because he used some of the same methods of promoting music, right, that you hear on the radio, which is, for example, a hit song, right? You would hear that in a perfect programming scenario on a radio site. You would hear that like every other hour, right? And so I try to do that with the malfunction, and I think it worked. But the other piece of great wisdom that this old boss of mine imparted on me was he said that you connect with your audience based on feelings, right? And so it's not always happy, right? Feelings are, obviously you guys know what feelings are: happy, sad, mad, glad. And so anytime in my career I was able to make that emotional connection, it wasn't always like the hee hee ha ha, right? Sometimes we did like a Mr. Governor song, which made you think, or sometimes it was an emotional interview where people cried. And so really trying to hit all those, yes, totally hit all those different emotions. And at the beginning of my career, I always thought it was just about that laughter, right? Because there's something that happens when you laugh. You open your soul for a second, and you open your soul. I feel like you open it up to accept the truth. And that's what I would do, is I'd try and make a joke that was funny, but it was usually something that maybe wasn't funny, right? And I'd always think, how can I make this story about the Monomco not getting their cola? How can I make this funny? Oh, I can make it into a song, right? And then people will listen to it, and then maybe they'll hopefully absorb a little bit of knowledge. So that's what I was saying, is I think this show has been kind of like representative for what we've tried to do here at KUAM over the last couple decades, which is just give you a little bit of everything in everything that we do. It's 8:41, Thursday, May 26th. Yes, we're going to do the Whopper Melts with our friends at Burger King. Thank you, Rudy, so much. But we're a little behind here, sir. Oh, my goodness. Let's go ahead and get into our 8 o'clock newscast. It's brought to you by Pacific Points with the very latest from the KUAM News team. It is your link update. Good morning.
This news update is brought to you by Pacific Points. Do more, get more.
Hafiday and good morning. I'm Tomas Maglonia. Here are your headlines on the link. The island records its 6th traffic-related fatality of 2022. At around 1:22 p.m. Wednesday, the 911 call center received a report of a vehicle hitting a concrete utility pole on Isangsong Road by the Park Market in Dededo. According to acting GFD spokesperson Chirika Chargaloff, GFD units responded a few minutes later. Medics transported the driver, a 29-year-old male, and the lone occupant in the vehicle to the Guam Regional Medical City with CPR en route. He was pronounced dead by attending physicians. Traffic was temporarily diverted into Chalampalacu this afternoon as the Guam Police Department's Highway Patrol Division was activated to the scene. This investigation is ongoing to determine if alcohol, speed, or drugs were factors in the crash. And GPA's proposed 28% increase in the fuel surcharge was approved by the Consolidated Commission on Utilities. To try and ease the impact of the massive hike, GPA intends for it to be phased in over 4 months, starting in July 1st through November 1st. Nestor Lecanto reports.
Details of the LIAC increase were unveiled by GPA just last week at a CCU work session. Under the plan, the average monthly bill of 1,000 kilowatts would go up on July 1st from $307 to $338. On September 1st, it will rise to about $368, and by November 1st, it will hit $393. At last night's board meeting, there was one ratepayer, perhaps representing thousands of others, who showed up to voice frustration, saying his bill has gone up by $500 a month in the past year. CCU member Mike Limtiaco blamed it on soaring global fuel prices, which rose from $79 a barrel in January to $127 currently.
The LIAC portion, sir, is tied to the price of fuel, and what we're trying to explain to you is the cost of fuel last year is significantly lower than the cost of fuel now. So the fluctuations that you see here, you could expect to see on your bill.
You know, Guam is saying something, we can't have affordable housing. How can we have affordable power? With the power, how can people pay for this power right now? They can't afford it.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are getting raised over this stuff. You know?
Who's getting what?
I heard there's a raise going on here right now. There is a raise, and you guys go to this situation where the people are hurting, that they can't afford their power bill. Have you really looked at how many people can't afford their power bill? There's thousands.
CCU Chairman Joey Duenas weighed in, saying they've kept the base rate steady, but they can't do anything about the cost of fuel.
Everybody around this table, Mr. Hitton, doesn't want to increase your bill at all. Not one penny. I don't want to increase your bill. I don't want to increase my bill. The problem I have is that I either have to pay, like you pay for when you gas your car, or you don't use your car. If we don't pay for oil, we will have no power.
The utility needs to generate the cash flow needed to purchase additional fuel to keep the lights on. So
that's in a nutshell, that's what it is.
Right.
Okay, if we have no further discussion, ready for the question? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
The PUC has final approval over the increase, which it also can still amend. For KUAM News, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
And those are your headlines. We'll see you tonight on Primetime. Reporting for KUAM, I'm Tomas Maglonia.
This news update is brought to you by Pacific Points. Do more, get more.
Buenos updates to get soon to be sa morgen ni KUAM News. Presenta ni Familian Mito gi First Hawaiian Bank. Guam Environmental Protection Agencia sa pamahuto mileblog yun na business esta pasi podmisihan sa lapi minita ni masuseri gi 2019 nasakan. I-contract Watts Inc. na kompanya sa timanagwahid mo mananihay erosion sa ni taymano matsogwi sa ni mas propyo na praktikon manmaneha ani mga hasadin nuevo na infrastructure para Department of Defense. Azo na project sa Fioni Polaris Point gitsalan Marine Drive gita PT. Ano merekonosi ni Guam EPA manmanay notis ang kinanta DC na manaparmuta 7,000 pesos kada dia para 14 dias. Sa timanagwan, este siya na klasen pernitehi. Ida 7 GRB de kompanya sa mapasin 98,000 pesos. Guatigi Guam EPA masyaman mamfile appeal para este siya na minita. Ilingnya si Walter Leon Guerrero, administrador di Guam EPA, na mansemagop siya na madisidi ni Contract Watts Inc. na kompanya na para manaorsgi na din niya. Tadabi dumaaten siya na kinanta DC, numasyahaw na kontratista na sinya ni na dinagradi gagata si siya sa sinya gasta pud 1,000 pesos siya na minita zan para mafamalik ni te necessaryo. Ilingnya mas nataza project construction gunigi islata sinya madispensa kumutia orsgi reglamento siya sa ginasista ni community dot sempre consigue este na ahensya para manasiguro na dinansi todo mo na itsetso ni para matsogwi. Masasunto, tada sendidog na animasaw na masodda dispersa na ma-report na pakita lumiso in North Korea. Guam Homeland Security and the Civil Defense na opisina sa ni Marianas Regional Fusion Center sa masanga na para makontinue masednatan na isosedimento siya gwinigi orizata. Iabay sa para Homeland Security sa Samantha Brennan asangan na debilitan na fandistuhid da todi tempo taketong mo hafa siya masusese di gwini na bandantano. Di international na report di media siya tres na miso sa man mapaki kung todo di long-range intercontinental ballistic na miso. Tinatijis niya ni Dingo Tokyo Presidente Joe Biden dispersa naman bisita South Korea at Hapon para madiskuti din defende ni Indo-Pacific na lugar at ni Mangatsong tag binimagi. Gaya Department of Defense ang planen nuevo na missile defense na sistema para guahan. Manin siya lokwe na militar para managwahan na si fineden na live fire Patriot missile training exercise giza Palau gi Ortumes. Para Guam News Network, Guam Sikin Conception. Yasuto Yufinutsamoro sa presenta sa ninafatto ni Familia Mizo gi First Hawaiian Bank.
Say hello to the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app, where you get smart insights into your finances so you can make smart decisions with your money. With a daily personalized feed, you can compare your monthly income to spending. That's better. Discover where your money is actually going. You might be surprised. See what's essential and what isn't. The more you use the app, the smarter it gets. With insights from the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app, it all starts with yes.
Marianas Irrigation and Landscape Superstore. Stop on by and visit our showroom today. We offer everyday low prices on all major outdoor power equipment like bush cutter, chainsaw, power washer, generators, and more. Need service, repair, maintenance? Well, check out Guam's best superstore only at Marianas Irrigation and Landscape, located in Barragata along Army Drive between Submarina and Besta Market. Call 735-7446 for more information. Now shipping to surrounding islands. Marianas Irrigation and Landscape Superstore.
New Spicy Lovers Pizza from Pizza Hut. Hurts so good. With its spicy marinara and sliced red chilies. It's like a roundhouse kick to the taste buds. How's it looking? Don't be bashful with the fiery flakes now. I want it to be real spicy.
I haven't started yet.
Okay, I'm ready. The new Spicy Lovers Pizza. Get it while it's hot. You want respect? Red chilies get you respect. Knowing our pizza's the Hut.
Get the job done the right way by getting the right stuff at East West Rental Center. With years of experience helping builders, we definitely got what you need. Call 646-1463 or visit us in Upper Tumon. Open Monday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Sundays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
GU Self-Storage, conveniently located near the Harmon McDonald's. We offer affordable rates, online payments, and auto bill pay for your convenience. Plus gate access daily from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Call us today at 648-7867 for more information.
It's Feed Me Fridays on The Link. Good eats, good company, and beyond good chow with Team KUAM checking out Guam's most tantalizing, tempting menu items. Every Friday on The Link, listen on Breeze 93.9 FM or stream online. Brought to you by Devondale, real milk from free grazing cows. Catch SportsLink on the Link every Friday for the latest sports news, game schedules, athlete profiles, and more. SportsLink airs every Friday on Breeze 93.9 FM and streaming online across our multimedia platforms. SportsLink is brought to you by Mariana's Irrigation and Landscape and Taco Bell. Live Mas.
The relationship between Guam and Manila, Philippines is undeniable as we share similar cultural traditions, history, and heritage. With generations of Filipinos calling Guam home, KUAM presents a monthly look at the capital city featuring in-depth and engaging interviews on everything from medical tourism to new business and government leaders. Veteran newscaster Nestor Lecanto delivers Beyond Our Borders. This special program is brought to you by KFC and the Medical City, where patients are partners.
Guys, this is all fundamental stuff we started 2 months ago. All we gotta do is trust in it and lean on it and believe in each other.
If you lose the championship this year, would you consider this a failed season?
Yeah.
Properties in the Tropics is your weekly roundup of the hottest properties on Guam. Every Thursday, get a virtual walkthrough of homes, apartments, townhomes, and land available for lease, rent, or sale with a breakdown of the most important info, including cost, features, and of course, location details. Watch it on KUAM News Hotspot at noon on streaming and TV8 or catch the encore at 5 p.m. on TV11. You can also check out each installment on Instagram too. Properties in the Tropics is presented by Remax Diamond Realty.
Uproar, the Guam Rugby Union presents Youth Festival Edition. Now is the time. Saturday, May 28th, beginning at 9 a.m. at the GW Field. Co-ed flag MS tournament, varsity boys 15s and girls 7s all-star match. JV Rising Star matches at the GW Field. For middle school inquiries, email uproarguam@gmail.com or text 671-488-9346. Uproar Youth Festival Edition is presented by our community partners. Proceeds to benefit the Guam Women's Rugby National Team. See what's on TV tonight with schedules, network news and notes, local promotions and giveaways on KUAM Communications social media pages. Like and follow us on Facebook or Instagram now for all the latest and never miss out. Watch Mariana's artists, activists, and visionaries and their quest to protect, preserve, and promote our Chamorro culture on the Culture Club, a weekly feature on KUAM News digital platform and the KUAM News Weekend Edition, brought to you by Tropical Ice. Join Nestor Lecanto for virtual in-depth discussions with the movers and shakers in our community every Wednesday on In Full Zoom, presented by IT&D and Calvo Enterprises, Inc.
We're taking care of business with GTA on KUAM Digital. Tips and advice for your business to get more productive, efficient, and streamlined with pro tips, tools, and other services. We're navigating through the best practices in tech, operations, and beyond every month with the help of our friends at GTA on KUAM Digital. GTA, we start with you.
Start off your middays with the menu on KUAM News Hotspot, your preview to the big news items. Broadcast on KUAM TV8 weekdays at noon with live stream on our social media platforms, plus an encore at 5 p.m. on KUAM TV11.
The menu, brought to you by King's Restaurant, always open, always local, and Ruby Tuesday Guam, home of the Fresh Garden Bar.
ta-ta bar. When I saw a chick sitting in the dark, she looked good from afar, and I'd borrowed my caution scarf. Oh, made my hair so I looked like a star. And man, she looked good from 10 feet away. So I thought I'd take a stroll to check out this baby doll, 'cause man, she was looking at me. She got up to go and dance, and when she did, she tore her own pants. When she stepped in the light, something just wasn't right. Oh man, this chick was Keithan, but she looked good from 10 feet away. I'd had a few drinks of the stuff, but it wasn't enough. Seeing double didn't help me, just made her twice as ugly. Good from 10 feet away. But up close she was dopey, and she had mud on her jewelry. That's why they make bars so dark, so everyone looks good from 10 feet away. Everyone looks good from 10 feet away. Yeah, even we look good from 10 feet away.
Here's your weather report for this afternoon. Looks like we've got 100% chance of precipitation on through the evening and then into tomorrow morning. Expect lots of rain this weekend. Feeder band activity, which is going to make everything nice and wet. So you might want to cancel that barbecue for the weekend. That's your weather report. Have a good day.
I look out my own window and it's raining cats and dogs. A day today was the day that I planned to jog. I got only just one sweater, so I put it on. I got it on sale. I walk outside and I step right in a mud puddle. I can't drive slow, 'cause if I'm late then I'll get in trouble. I hit the brakes, almost hit a car. I spun out and did a 360. It's a miracle that I made it here to work alive, 'cause when it rains on Guam it's dangerous when you drive. And then a car splashed me when it go by. Oh man, I hate the oots and I hate it when it rains, 'cause it's too fancy. And then the challenge is too relaxing. I only wanna make baby. I hate this rainy weather. I dress warm when it's raining, then it gets hot. Hey, one cuddle, babe, I made the whole pot. The thunder and lightning, man, it freaks me out. And you can't wear shoes made of leather. I wake up in the morning and it's pouring. Malfunctions on the radio, singing to me. Might be Guam, it's hot, but it's raining, so it's not. Come on, guys, you need to make a rain song. It's a long, far walk to the car. Did you sake my umbrella par? Now my shirt is soaking wet, and my coworker said I smell like a towel that's dirty and wet. Oh, they call this weather inclement. Nobody wants to go swim, 'cause they might get wet. Those clothes on the clothesline ain't never gonna dry. We need to get some sunshine, Nanny, in our own life, Nanny. 'Cause when it rains, it always gets fancy. And then I worry about turbidity. I don't wanna get sick. I hate this rainy weather. I dress warm when it's raining, then it gets hot. Hey, one cuddle, babe, I made a whole pot. The thunder and lightning, man, it freaks me out. And you can't wear shoes made of leather. Oh man, tell you what, I hate this rainy weather.
The link, here on Breeze 93.9 FM.
Good morning. Mount Carmel School in Hoggett. Summer school, winter school. They're doing all the schooling there. Yep. 671-565-5128. Good morning on you guys. Man, this 2 weeks has gone by too fast. But I'm cherishing every second, minute, hour, day that I have left with you guys. Just one more day, really. And then I'll continue to cherish it every day of the rest of my life. Good morning. 9:02. Oh, hold on, sir. Let me just get my crown on here, guys. Okay. So my head's gotten bigger over these last couple weeks, sir, because of all the compliments. So I need to adjust. I need to adjust my crown size. It is what it is, man. I just want to take a bite of this Whopper melt. Guys, they got the Whopper melts over at Burger King. Thank you so much to our good buddy Rudy. Look at this. Sir, did you see this? How melty this? Wow. It's got that cheese. Yep. Yeah, that's right there. You see that? It's cheesy. It's melty. Hey, do not judge. I worked out this morning. I worked out hard because I knew I was going to have a Whopper melt today. Let's get a bite of this, sir. Thank you. Heavy is the crown. Go get you one of these. Which kind do you got, sir?
Got the bacon.
You got the bacon. I got original, which is just fine. Okay. If I'm making you Malago, good. That's my job. Check out Burger King. Dude, the new Whopper melts. Melt in your mouth. Sorry. Available in regular bacon and spicy versions. BK, your way. Thank you so much, BK. Love you, Rudy. Love you, BK fam. Let's go ahead and go out with a little throwback here. The Pika song. I did this video during the pandemic. My daughter, Callie, loves this song. She always likes to sing this one and then Fried Chicken and Finadeni. She always wants it. Anytime I play it, she's like, oh, and then so went through this little phase. And the kids were enjoying it so much, they said you should put out a video and give people something to watch during the lockdown. So I actually did this recording from my kitchen table during the height of the COVID-19 lockdowns in 2020 at 9:05. And this is going to be our Burger King Cover Me for today. It's called the Pika song. And it's by yours truly, Chris Malfunction Barnett. And I will be having the last broadcast ever in my broadcasting career tomorrow. Jason Solis is going to jump on. We're going to do a whole bunch of flashbacks tomorrow on Friday. Okay, until then, my name is Chris Estagupa. Thank you so much, Link fam. Adios!
You told me that you like the hot pepper. You told me that you like the hot pepper. Lord, maybe you meant the yellow one. That you couldn't even handle the wasabi. And now I gotta put you in a song. You told me that you like the Pika, but your Finadeni wasn't even hot. So don't act like you like the Pika. Now I know for sure that you do not like it hot. You never even tried a Donny Solly, and one drop of the Tabasco makes you sweat. Yeah, you couldn't even handle my Delancey. Scared it'll burn your dog, and when you told me that you like the Pika, but your Finideni wasn't even hot. I baby, you don't act like you like the pica. Now I know for sure that you do not like it hot, yeah. Now I know for sure that you do not like it